inside throw, touchdown! Kansas City wins the game!
Welcome into The Drive with Carrington Harrison.
Back-to-back best sports talk hosts as voted on in the Pitch magazine.
Live from the Van Studios. Here's CDOT.
Let's do this. Another day, another dollar, another edition of The Drive. You are listening to The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, 96.5thefan.com, and also the Odyssey app. My name is Carrington Harrison. Excited to be here with you on this wonderful, wonderful Thursday. We have a little bit of a different show today. As training camp is starting around the country, we're going to go through the over-unders of every team in the National Football League and give you some of our thoughts. We'll do that in today's show. Ochai Agbaji is going to be on the show coming up at 3 o'clock. He has a basketball camp tomorrow out in Overland Park. We'll talk to him about that and also his career with the Kansas Jayhawks. We also have scheduled a guest to talk about a wrestler who passed. I don't think we've ever done that before on this show, but you know what? We are going to have a different kind of show. My good friend Kel Dansby of Yahoo Sports is going to join us coming up at 4 o'clock, and we will talk about the passing of Hulk Hogan. We're going to lead today's show talking about Hulk Hogan. We got a lot of things to get into in today's show. Before we do any of that, though, I need you guys to do me a couple of favors. Number one, I need you listening to The Drive each day at 2 o'clock right here on 96.5 The Fan and also the Odyssey app. Number two, I need you to tell one friend to check out the show. I mean, it'd be great if you could tell two friends to check out the show, but if you could tell one friend to check out the show, I would greatly appreciate it. And number three, I need you to tell two friends about the opening segment of the show and that it's brought to you by The Other Place, with 5 metro locations serving great pizza for over 25 years right here in the Kansas City metro. Stop by The Other Place or check out the website, theotherplace.com. I want to start today's show a little bit different because it has been a very unique week, I would say, in American pop culture. This started a couple of days ago with the passing of Malcolm Jamal Warner. Now, I'm not putting him in the same conversation as Hulk Hogan. Follow me here. But he is the character Theo on The Cosby Show. I think you could argue that The Cosby Show is the most important sitcom of all time. It is certainly on the short list. Maybe you want to argue that it's Seinfeld. I could argue it's The Cosby Show. Two very, very important shows, if not the show of the 80s of The Cosby Show. The Cosby Show taught a lot of very valuable lessons. Some of you would argue that that was your favorite television show. It is also impossible to remove the legacy of The Cosby television show from the legacy of Bill Cosby, the person. We have enough information and enough data for us to say we don't really rock with dude, and now he has just gone into hiding until ultimately we get the tweet from TMZ that Bill Cosby has passed. So today, as we're having this conversation about Hulk Hogan, it is a very similar conversation. You can argue that Hulk Hogan is one of the most important people of the 1980s in American pop culture. Like, you could make that argument that wrestling is not the billion-dollar worldwide entity that it is without Hulkamania. He is one of the most important pop culture figures of the 1980s. I was recently watching the XFL documentary on Netflix, and they were talking about the rise of professional wrestling, and they would do Saturday night main events on NBC. Wrestling at one point was so popular that on Saturday nights, one out of every 3 televisions in America was tuned in to watch wrestling. They were tuned in to watch one person. They were tuned in to watch Hulk Hogan. He is one of the most important figures of the 80s from a pop culture sense. He is one of the most important athletes of the 1980s, if we are talking about a pop culture sense as well. It is impossible to remove what I just said about Hulk Hogan, his legacy, what he meant to the sport of wrestling, what he meant to American pop culture, what he meant to the way that people talk. Brother, when you say it like that, there's only one person that you think of ripping your shirt, the I am an American. Like, Hulk Hogan is a larger than life figure. It is impossible to remove that the last public appearance from Hulk Hogan, from the same fans that he entertained for much of their childhood, and is the most important figure in their childhood, got booed mercilessly at his final appearance. Some of you know this, some of you don't know this. WWE Raw was on USA for a very, very long time. They have now switched over to streaming. That is just 2025. And for their first show on Netflix, you obviously want to pull out all the stops. You want to pull out somebody that, if this would not be possible without their popularity. He got booed off the stage. Is not welcome back. The wrestling community, I'm not going to make it seem like I know everything about them. I do know enough. Pretty accepting, pretty diverse. People from all walks of life, all cultures, and they come together. Hulk Hogan, not a part of their community anymore, not welcome anymore in their community. I just saw a tweet. This was from, his name is Sean Ross Sapp. He is with Fightful.com. I don't write on this website, but it is currently trending online. Listen to this. I didn't even know this story. I know enough stories about Hulk Hogan. I didn't know this story. Hulk Hogan wasn't just racist. He was so specifically and uniquely racist that after his son almost killed his friend in a wreck, one of Hogan's primary concerns was that he and his family would be reincarnated into a black family due to karma. This was caught on audio. When he was welcomed back to the WWE, he hit the roster with, quote, "You need to be careful about cameras," as opposed to "I'm sorry." There are dozens of these kinds of stories with Hulk Hogan. I'm not telling anybody how to feel about Hulk Hogan. I understand that he is very important to a lot of people's childhood. Again, I think he is one of the most important figures of 1980s American pop culture. I don't think that wrestling is the sport that it is, the business that it is, without Hulk Hogan. Some of the greatest memories and moments of people's lives include Hulk Hogan. I was watching the Bash at the Beach earlier today when he comes out as a heel, which starts the NWO, which then ushers in a complete change in professional wrestling. What side is he on? Always cracks me up. He gives Macho Man Randy Savage the leg drop. How could you turn on the Macho Man? You guys used to snap into a Slim Jim together. Hulk Hogan is in one of my favorite movies. He's in Rocky 3. He's Thunderlips. He picks up Rocky and throws him out of the ring. I love Hulk Hogan. I can't support this. And I think as we are getting older, and as we learn more and more about some of our childhood stars, our childhood celebrities, we find out that a lot of them maybe aren't the best of people. And it's at times very difficult to separate the person from the art and the person's accomplishments, what they did in their respective craft, versus the person that we found out for them to be later on in their life. So I'm not here to tell anybody how to feel about Hulk Hogan. You can come to that conclusion for yourself. I understand why people are very conflicted today. You lost one of your childhood heroes, somebody that you spent hours watching, somebody whose t-shirt you bought, somebody who you played with their action figures. Hulk Hogan had a 80s cartoon. Back when cartoons on Saturday morning were a big deal. You wake up, you get your cereal, you sit in front of the television, and you watch cartoons. He was big enough to have a 80s cartoon. It is impossible to remove him from the conversation of American pop culture. It is also impossible to deny we got mountains of evidence of, hey, maybe you aren't somebody that we should have emulated and viewed as a role model. And how do you balance those two things on a day in which that person has now passed away? So this has been a very, very unique week in American pop culture. We had the passing of Malcolm Jamal Warner a couple of days ago. Rest in peace to Theo from The Cosby Show. Ozzy Osbourne passed away a couple of days ago. And they always say that death comes in threes. And we got the news today that Hulk Hogan has passed away due to what would appear cardiac arrest. So this is what we're going to do in today's show. We are going to go through every team in the NFL's over-under. We're going to tell you the number that they have for their over-under and give you their thoughts on their over-under. We are heading into training camp. Football is less than a week away. We have less than a week until we get to the Hall of Fame game. I always compare the Hall of Fame game to bubble gum. I mean, bubble gum is amazing. When you first get gum and you take that first bite into it and that sugar hits you, oh, it is great. But chew it for long enough, and you'll then wonder why you were doing this. That's what the Hall of Fame game is every single year. Even if they play it, sometimes something always goes wrong. It rains, something's wrong with the field. I mean, we have these issues every year. That's how you know football is right around the corner. So I'm telling you, you're going to go on one more vacation, you're going to blink, you're going to wake up, and we're going to have real preseason football to really sink our teeth into as every team in the NFL has started training camp. We'll start going around the NFL with our over-unders next. Keep it right here. It's The Drive on 96.5 The Fan.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison. Watch the show on YouTube by subscribing to the 965 YouTube channel. The Drive, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this. 96.5 The Fan.
Men, summertime is here, and that means vacations, summer barbecues, outdoor parties, camping, beaches, and so much more. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're like many men, you may not be feeling like yourself this summer. Perhaps your energy is low and you aren't sleeping well. Maybe your workouts aren't as good as they used to be. And if what I'm describing is you, it's very likely you're suffering with low testosterone. But low T doesn't have to affect you anymore. Just call Heartland Men's Health, get treated, and see how it changes your life. If you're like most men, you'll feel so much better. Deeper sleep, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and an enhanced sex drive as well. So call us. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Baseball fans, BetMGM is giving you the chance to win a prize every day during the baseball season. Step into the batter's box for BetMGM's Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Log in every day for your chance to win. All you need to do is pick an area of the strike zone and take your best swing. If you get a single, double, triple, or home run, you'll receive a prize. Smash a home run to collect a bonus bet on us. Just log into your BetMGM sports account to get started. Then, visit your promotions section to access the Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. You'll score a prize if you hit a single, double, triple, or home run. There's nothing more exciting than going yard, so swing for the fences with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards may vary. Bonus bets expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hey folks, I've got a couple of important questions for you. Do you know how much money you need to retire? Do you have a plan in place for your loved ones? If your answer is no, it's time to get your financial planning on track with UMB Private Wealth. It's never too late to start. Plus, their team supports you at every step of the planning process. Go to umb.com/privatewealth to schedule your appointment. That's umb.com/privatewealth. Why not start today?
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the job delivered. Large orders of lumber, doors, windows, paint, plumbing, anything the job needs, all from one partner. Get it today with same-day delivery. Get it tomorrow with next-day delivery on 50,000 plus products. Or get it on your timeline with scheduled delivery on everything from framing to flooring. It's time to get your whole job, all your jobs delivered. Ask about all our new delivery options at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
DQ presents How to Make Your Summer Take Flight. Just head into DQ for our new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat. Treat your inner hero to an epic mix of sugar cookie dough, sprinkles, and cake batter flavor. Blend it all with legendary DQ soft serve, and it's enough to tempt Superman himself. Fly into DQ for our new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat before it's gone. And don't miss Superman. Only in theaters July 11th. DQ. Happy tastes good. Only at participating locations.
Get a $15 prepaid MasterCard after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, B21.
I'm Rhett.
And I'm Link.
And we're the hosts of the podcast Ear Biscuits. We're just two lifelong friends who've been talking about life for a long time.
From being dads to businessmen to all the random things we experience, nothing is off limits.
And now we're talking to you. We're answering your questions, giving advice that you may or may not want to take, and listening to your hilarious stories.
So leave us a voicemail to be part of the show at
1-888-EARPOD-1 on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Be sure to follow The Drive on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Text line 913-586-7965. C-Dot, how can you compare Hulk Hogan to Bill Cosby? What? I think the comparison to Bill Cosby is this. I think as we get older, there are people who are very, very important in our childhood and teen years that you grow up being a big fan. This is something that I currently deal with Kanye West. I love Kanye's music. Over the last 5 years, Kanye's music is just not really something that I want to be associated with due to a lot of the things that he has said and done. That's where I think the comparison is with Hulk Hogan and Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby is very, very important and has done a lot of very, very important things. It is impossible to not see Bill Cosby through the lens of a sexual predator. It is impossible to not see him through that lens. That's what he is. Hulk Hogan is one of the most important athletes of the 80s. It is impossible to not see Hulk Hogan through any other lens than he really, really hated black people. Like, we got a bunch of evidence and incidents of his own voice, not too fond of him. And I could understand how today, if you are dealing with the, how do I remember this person, that as a kid, he was my favorite athlete. I love Hulk Hogan. I had the Hulkamania t-shirts and I wanted to be Hulk Hogan. I certainly understand how today you are struggling with how to feel about this. That's, to me, the comparison of both of those things. There are people, my grandmother, for example, The Cosby Show was her favorite television show. How do you then balance that with now what this person was who exemplified what it meant to be a father, what it meant to be a professional? This person that gave you all of these great life lessons and morals turned out to not be any of that in his own private life. That's where I think the comparison is with Hulk Hogan and Bill Cosby and a bunch of other people. And I think we all are hypocrites in some ways, and we all draw our own lines of separating the person from the art. I mean, I was just listening to Puff Daddy a couple of weeks ago. We know a whole lot about Puff to maybe he really wasn't that great of a guy. He just made music that I like. I think we all do this. We did an entire list a couple of days ago, Rob, about songs that get people excited from the stadium. We then learn more and more about these people, and they are not people that maybe we should have followed as young people. And Hulk Hogan was definitely one of those individuals, and he passed away today, I believe at the age of 74, due to cardiac arrest. All right, let's move to the NFL, and this is an exercise that I would like to do for today's show. We have every team in the NFL's over-under. We have broken them up into groups, and we are going to go through their over-under to determine whether you would take the over or the under. Rob, hit me. There are 6 teams in the NFL where their over-under is 6.5 games or less. The Panthers, Saints, Giants, Jets, Titans, and the Browns. Out of those 6 teams, the NFL history tells us that one of these teams is going to end up being good. I would guess if we go back to last season, the Commanders were one of these teams. Not a lot of people thought the Commanders were going to be good. Well, what do you know? You look up and the Commanders are a really good team. They win double-digit games, and they end up going to the NFC Championship game, and they're one of the popular picks for this upcoming season. One of these teams maybe doesn't end up being the Commanders, but one of these 6 teams finishes with a winning record. One of them likely makes the postseason. That's just kind of how the NFL works. Rob, so I'll ask you, out of these 6 teams, Panthers, Saints, Giants, Jets, Titans, and Browns. Give me the most likely team to hit their over.
Carolina Panthers. I feel like, I don't want to ever give credit to Aaron Ladd, but after last year when Aaron Ladd said, hey, there might be a little something with Bryce Young, we laughed, we snickered, we called Aaron Ladd an idiot. He then got benched for Andy Dalton. He then returned from that benching, and after returning, Bryce Young looked pretty good. He looked like the player you could maybe build an NFL franchise around. Do I think he's Drew Brees? No. I think those draft comparisons were nonsensical. But he looked like a guy that you think, oh, you can win football games with that guy. Chiefs fans, you saw this up close and personal. The Panthers, with their no talent, gave the Chiefs everything they wanted and more in Carolina. And if it weren't for a last-second field goal, the Chiefs might lose that game. So I think the Panthers in our soft division. I think the Panthers might have the quarterback. They have a soft schedule, and I think they improved in the offseason. I really like the kid from Arizona, the wide receiver, Ted McMillan. So I'm going to take the Panthers over of that group because I think they have the best quarterback of that group.
I really like the Panthers as a team to hit their over. I'm with you. I think their over should probably be 7.5, but you can get them at 6.5. I would take the over on the Panthers just to not copy your answer. Give me the Titans. I think the Titans are one of the teams that made one of the most significant jumps at quarterback this offseason. I also think they're in a division. I'm not a huge believer in Jacksonville. I'm not a believer in Indianapolis. They feel like a team right now that's stuck in the middle. They don't have their quarterback. They need to go get their quarterback. They got 5-12 written all over them this season, and them starting over next year and hitting a reset as they go find their quarterback. Give me the Tennessee Titans. I like the division that they're in. I watched a lot of Miami and Cam Ward last year, and I think that he just has it. There's a certain personality trait, a quality that he has, an ability. I think he's got a lot of C.J. Stroud-like intangibles that I think Tennessee's going to be drastically improved this year. I think there's an outside chance of a team that finished in last place in their division that could potentially win their division and shock some people. I think Tennessee is near the top of that conversation. You mentioned the schedule. I think Tennessee's schedule kind of allows them an opportunity to kind of get going as well. You play in a division that gives you a chance. You play Cleveland this season. You play New Orleans this season. You play Indianapolis, a team that's in your division. I think that Tennessee can cobble together potentially 7 or 8 wins, maybe a little bit better this season. So give me the Tennessee Titans. I'll take them as the team that I think could hit their over 6.5 and could really surprise some people and be a better team than people think.
I also was tempted to take the Giants on that list. I think if Jackson Dart is real, and I don't know, I do not know. If Jackson Dart is real, and it's very, very possible he's real, then the Giants have a chance to be good. Because I think Malik Neighbors is a budding star in the NFL. Like, Malik Neighbors has a chance to be Jamar Chase. I think I'm not just making that comparison because LSU. Malik Neighbors is really, really good. And if they get any level of quarterback play, I think the Giants can be better than people think. But I couldn't take the Giants because there's just this massive question mark hovering dark cloud at quarterback. But the Giants are the team on that list to watch, in my opinion.
You got that feeling about the Giants?
I think
the Giants,
outside
to me,
of quarterback, I like their team a lot.
The Giants, to me, have it as the Giants have, they start 2-5, and we possibly talk about them firing their head coach, and then they start Jackson Dart a little bit earlier than people think, and they win 4 or 5 games this year. I'm surprised you feel that way about the Giants. I actually don't think the Giants will be good at all. I think the Giants are another team that feels like they're a little bit stuck in the middle, that this is a little bit of a transition. That, again, I think Russell Wilson starts for the first handful of games. I don't think they're good. I think in week 8, week 9, they switch to Jackson Dart, and we go from there.
They have the best defensive line in the NFL. That's one of the reasons I really like them. Like, they got Brian Burns, they got Kayvon Thibodeau, they added Abdul Carter. Like, that defensive line is a real problem. It might be the most talented group in the NFL. Malik Neighbors is really good. I actually think Brian Daboll's not that bad of a coach. I mean, he got Daniel Jones into the postseason. Like, Daniel Jones, who's a laughing stock, and the reason we laugh at him is the contract, but Daniel Jones was a playoff-winning quarterback with Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll, you could argue, turned around Josh Allen's career. Like, I feel like if Jackson Dart is just respectable, he's first-year Baker Mayfield in Cleveland, that could be a 7-10 football team. That's not good. I'm not saying they are good.
That's over, though.
But if Jackson Dart's rookie Baker Mayfield, then you could easily go 7-10. Dable could save his job, and we talk about them as a plucky, watch out for them year 2 team. Like that. That's the why. But Jackson Dart is a massive unknown. If I knew anything more about Jackson Dart, I would have picked them.
Coming up at the top of the hour, we're going to be joined by Ochai Agbaji. He is having a basketball camp tomorrow. We'll talk to him about that. Also, his career with Kansas. Today, we got some very important Kansas City news. We got some very important Kansas City business, and I want to share it with you. If you have driven in Kansas City, Missouri, you know how bad Main Street has been. It feels like for a couple of years. I was embarrassed. These are the same streets that we got Travis Kelce taking Taylor Swift. Like, I'm shocked she stood the test of time, because if I came in from out of town and you drove me around on Main Street, you know what? I don't want to come back here. You come see me. You come to Nashville or New York or wherever Taylor Swift is living these days. I don't know if I would have came back to Kansas City. But you know what? All of that is about to end. We got a concrete date of when the streetcar expansion goes live.
We finally know when the KC Streetcar's Main Street extension will open. They say that you'll be able to ride on October 24th. The streetcar's been promising to ride in 25 for all year. Now they're making that a reality. This is a 3.5-mile extension to the streetcar, taking it from Union Station all the way down to UMKC near 51st and Brookside Boulevard. It's about a $350 million project that's been in the works for years. All right, so what are they doing between now and October 24th? Well, there's still some testing that they have to do, make sure everything's safe and up to regulations. There's also some training they have to do with the operators, the folks who drive the streetcar. I had a chance to speak to a supervisor who's helping train some of those operators. He says that the streetcar will actually move a little bit faster on the Main Street extension compared to the starter line downtown. And he says you'll notice a much smoother ride on the extension. So that's something to look forward to. I know a lot of you are looking forward to having those orange cones taken down from Main Street. We've been dealing with those, which what seems like forever. So mark your calendars. October 24th, you'll be able to ride that Main Street extension.
October 24th. You guys don't understand how happy I am. Main Street was something that you've had to avoid the last handful of years if you lived here in Kansas City. The only reason I even go over in that direction is because of the Gates over there. That's my favorite Gates location. Shout out to them. But I try to avoid that like the plague. It's turned into like Rainbow Road for those of you that play Mario Kart. Like, I don't really know which direction to go. Am I supposed to go left here? Am I supposed to go right here? It's just been nonstop construction. Hey, they're not playing around about this World Cup. They're not playing at all. Hey, we got to get this thing ready. You got to give us 6 to 7 months to get this thing operational before we let company come over here. It's going to be company from all over, and they got to be able to get around. This is great. This is in the best interest of everybody. If you've been to a KC Current game, this is best for you. If you've been to the Plaza, this is best for you. If you want a faster way to get to Westport, this is going to be best for you. Oh, my goodness. Finally, we got a real date. I actually believe them this time, Rob. I actually believe that the streetcar is going to be open here coming up in 3 months. So, hey, keep working. I see them testing it up and down. Hey, this is great news. Again, this is a good news. You know what would be even better? Why not on October 24th, when the streetcar opens up, that's when they make the announcement at the downtown baseball stadium. See how I threw that in there? Go ahead, make the announcement. The streetcar is going to go right past it, right there. You can be on one side. You can be at the Plaza Park down there. Take the streetcar right to the new shiny baseball stadium in downtown Kansas City, Missouri. Yes, that's what I'm saying. We're starting to see some things come together for Jackson County, come together for KC Mo. I'm excited about this. I'm thrilled.
First off, there is no chance we have stadium news on October 25th. None. Just, you know what I've learned about the stadium process? It's always longer than we think. That's first. It's a great idea. It's not happening.
No, I'm with you. I actually think there's a chance we get baseball stadium news. There's no chance that the Chiefs are telling us to plan during the middle of the season. No chance.
No chance. Maybe we get like a little bit of Royals leaning toward location news. We don't get news. Secondarily, I'm so happy about the streetcar. I'm not even a downtown person and happy about the streetcar. Because you know why? Kansas City got the World Cup. It is the biggest event that ever come to Kansas City. And everyone is rushing to get these major projects and transportation things done ahead of time.
Gotta get going, bro.
And I was one who on this show was terrified we were behind the curve. We were not keeping up. We were behind schedule.
You had a lot of hateration. I do know that much.
Straight up worried. So the fact that it is 2025 and the streetcar is going to start running, color me excited.
So there was a story today, and I will admit, I've been a sucker for these stories. But you know what I love? I love a list season. There's not a lot going on right now. Even though the training camp is going on, there's not a lot going on right now. There's not a lot of concrete news that's happening. We're still waiting for the baseball trade deadline. Football's still a little bit around the corner, pro and college. There's not a whole lot of NBA news right now. This is the slow period. Everybody handles the slow period a little bit different. I normally wax poetically about Red Lobster because it's my responsibility to share the gospel with you guys about the best restaurant in America. That's how I choose to get through this slow period. Every host or content creator, they deal with this differently. But man, I love a good list. It's just something about arguing for really no reason that just really gets me going. It's provocative. I want to read to you the Sports Illustrated top 25 games of the last 25 years. Now, I love Matt Verderame. You've heard him on this show. I consider Matt Verderame to be a personal friend, just not a professional friend. We've broke bread together. I like Matt Verderame. He has the Patriots and Giants Super Bowl at number 11. Now, I know it wasn't a thrilling barn burner. It was a 17-14 game. I would have put that number 1 on my list. I have not seen this, so we're going to go through this in real time today. But he has the Super Bowl, Patriots and Giants, the biggest upset in league history. He has that as the 11th best game over the last 25 seasons. He better get a whole lot right after this, or we might have to have a 1-week ban for Matt Verderame on this show. And that's my guy. I don't want to have to do it, but fair is fair. And the truth doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care who you are. It's just the truth. Number 10 is the 2010 NFC divisional round. Steve Smith with the walk-off after a double overtime game. I don't remember this at all.
I do. This was the Rams. This was the basically the end of the greatest show on turf. Because then the Panthers go on to beat the Eagles and Andy Reid. I remember this game. It's not better than the Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Giants, but I remember the game.
I don't remember this game at all. I'm not saying that didn't happen. I'm looking at the box score, so I know that it happened. I just don't remember this game at all. Number 9 is the Monday Night Football game between the Chiefs and the Rams, November 19th of 2018. It was 54-51. This is absolutely in the top 10. Reading it. This game had 14 touchdowns, 56 first downs. There were 105 points. Patrick Mahomes and Jared Goff combined for 891 passing yards and 10 passing touchdowns. This is the only game in NFL history with both teams scored at least 50. Tyreek Hill that day had 10 catches for 215 yards and 2 touchdowns. What is actually kind of interesting about that game is the offensive numbers are obviously very gaudy. If two teams score 50 points, that's going to be the case. The Rams actually won the game on defense. I mean, there were 3 defensive touchdowns in the game, and the Rams had 2 of them and came from the same player. He had a pick 6, and he had a scoop and score touchdown in the game. So I got no issues with number 9 on this list. It deserves to be in the top 10. The Monday Night Football thrilling shootout. There haven't been too many games better than this since 2018. Rams and Chiefs 54-51. Number 8 is the NFC Championship game back from 2015. The Packers lose to the Seattle Seahawks 28-22. I kind of remember this game. This is the second NFC Championship game, right, for Seattle, because they go back-to-back years. This is the second one, right? I'm trying to remember which one this was, because I remember there was one game that Seattle got off to a really slow start, and Russell Wilson made a big throw down the middle of the field, and that just kind of got them going and got things. Is that no, that can't be it. Yeah.
It's a fake field goal in that game, and I remember the player's name. Packer fans remember. There's an onside kick. A guy jumps up to try to grab. He can't grab it.
Brandon Bostic is the name. Yeah, Brandon Bostic. You're right.
They get a late field goal to tie the game, go to overtime, and then from there, Russ starts cooking.
Number 7, the Minneapolis Miracle. The Vikings 29, the Saints 24. I don't have any arguments about that. I mean, that's one of the top 5 plays of the last 25 years. A really exciting game, 29-24, a thrilling ending. Yeah, no question for me. We don't got to give a whole lot of commentary. Number 7 on this list is the Minneapolis Miracle. Number 6, I think you could maybe argue this was number 1 as well. The Tuck Rule game between the Raiders and the Patriots. I mean, that game is the birth of the Patriots dynasty. You could maybe say that there's 2 beginnings. It's either the injury to Drew Bledsoe, and then we find out about this quarterback from Michigan, or it's the Tuck Rule game which became a theme of the Patriots for the next 20 years, them winning games they weren't supposed to win. I still think that's a fumble. Like, I don't care what the rule is. That's a fumble. He's holding the ball. The defensive player comes and knocks the ball out of his hand. A Tuck Rule? No, that's a sack fumble. The Raiders should have won that game. Who knows what happens with the Raiders as a franchise? I also kind of feel like this is kind of the beginning of the end for the Raiders. Like, things kind of take a very wild turn for them. Maybe I got my years off by 1 or 2 years, but the Tuck Rule kind of feels like they were supposed to go to the Super Bowl that year. They didn't, and their franchise just has kind of been in a tailspin since then. Number 5, the Steelers and Cardinals Super Bowl, where Santonio Holmes has the game-winning catch in the back of the end zone. This is going to sound weird. I know this is a great all-time game. Do you feel like it is, though? I'm just saying of Super Bowls that have happened over the last 15 years, is this one that we spend a lot of time talking about? Because I feel like it's kind of far down the list. Like, I'm not even sure if this is one of the top 5 Super Bowls in the last 15 years or so. The Chiefs have played in a couple really exciting ones. We had the last second drive or the last drive from the Rams to go down the field with Cooper Kupp. I know what happened. I remember the game very vividly, but do people feel like this is one of the best games they've ever seen? I don't feel that way about it.
I think we don't feel that way because of the Cardinals. If it was a different team, I might feel that way, but the fact is the Cardinals creates a perception we can't shake. But that was an incredible football game. We had the James Harrison 99-yard pick six. Larry Fitzgerald was a Hall of Famer, and Kurt Warner balling out in that game. Santonio Holmes' catch is incredible. Like, I wish people wax more poetically about this game because I would take this Super Bowl as more interesting than the Cooper Kupp Bengals one. That one just seemed like regular football happened. I think it's because the Cardinals are not viewed as one of those type of teams.
Number 4 on this list, we're going through the top 25 games, according to Sports Illustrated, in the NFL over the last 25 years. Number 4 is the Philly Special, the Super Bowl back in 2018. The Eagles won 41-33 over the Patriots. Tom Brady threw for 500 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. They lost, and he also dropped a catch. So the Philly Special, that is number 4 on this list. Number 3 on this list, 13 seconds. The Chiefs 42, Bills 36. The AFC divisional round back in January of 2022. Arrowhead has seen a lot of amazing games and moments over the last 7-8 years or so. There has never been a better game played in Kansas City. Never been a better game played in that stadium than the 13-second game. The drama of it, what it meant. Both quarterbacks played exceptionally well. Both teams played exceptionally well. The Chiefs and the amazing comeback at the end, getting the ball in overtime, the touchdown pass to Travis Kelce, the celebration between those two. I mean, I know that next week it didn't go how it was supposed to go, but you got no argument for me that 13-second game. I mean, that is, I know he's won Super Bowls. Like, if you want to say, like, the best performance from Patrick Mahomes, I think you either are picking this game or you're picking the last Super Bowl win that they had over the Eagles, or excuse me, the one over the Niners, where I don't know if you can play quarterback better on those last 2 drives than Patrick Mahomes does to get them down the field in overtime, to get them into scoring range, and then to get them a touchdown in overtime to win the Super Bowl. That's at number 3. Number 2 is the Malcolm Butler interception between the Patriots and the Seahawks. The Patriots win that Super Bowl 28-24. Could you argue that's the biggest play over the last 25 years? Either that or the helmet catch?
I actually am
by David Tyree.
I'm fascinated about what number 1 was because I think that might be the best Super Bowl we saw. Like, just because of the enormity of that play, Brady's legacy. There was a thought that might be Brady's last one, where Jimmy G on that point in time is on the Patriots. Like, I'm fascinated by what number 1 is, unless I misremember the years. I think that has to be one because of that play. What's number one?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not. I don't think that the Seahawks made the wrong decision.
No, they didn't.
I don't think they
executed the decision wrong.
I'm with you. But just me, like, running a quick slant there, you're not thinking that the ball gets intercepted. Like, that's a low, like, we see that play in the end zone all the time. You very rarely see that play get intercepted. I also just don't think they were throwing it 4 times. You come out there, we run this quick play, maybe it gets batted down for an incompletion. We can still give it to Marshawn Lynch. Sometimes guys make plays, and a guy just made a play there. The number one game over the last 25 years, according to Sports Illustrated. Patriots 34, Falcons 28. The 28-3 comeback in the Super Bowl back in 2017. I can't argue that at all. I can't argue it. I actually still think that James White should have won MVP that year. I think Brady ended up giving him the car. James White in that second half was fantastic. You guys know, I think Julio Jones makes one of the best catches that we've ever seen. We don't remember it because of the Julian Edelman catch. I got no argument with Tom Brady in the 28-3 comeback over the Falcons being the number one game over the last 25 years or so. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll be joined by Ochai Agbaji. Keep it right here. So drive.
You're listening to The Drive with Carrington Harrison, host of the Random Royals lineup on 96.5 The Fan.
Baseball with the Royals.
Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
It's almost Andy Reid. When I landed in KC, I started doing commercials, the whole playbook. That's how I teamed up with Renner Garage Store. For nearly 70 years, Renner has been serving KC with the latest styles, top brands like Deldon, Amar, and LiftMaster, and the trusted service of a family-owned team. Get your free estimate today, and if you're looking for work, Renner's hiring installers with paid training. R-E-N-N-E-R, forward and back.
R-E-N-N-E-R, R-E-N-N-E-R.
Hi, I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Make history this summer by attending Kansas City Chiefs training camp in St. Joseph, Missouri. There's still time to join me. For more details, go to stjomo.com. stjomo.com. In St. Joe, you'll discover 150 years of history, where the Pony Express began and Jesse James ended. Experience history, make history. Go to stjomo.com. Produced in cooperation with the Missouri Division of Tourism.
There is only one National Summer Arms Show, and it returns to Kansas City this weekend only. Bigger than ever. Buy, sell, and trade with freedom lovers from coast to coast and border to border. All gathering at the KCI Expo Center for one incredible weekend. Discover vintage rifles and handguns, modern arms, and collectible militaria. From Civil War artifacts to today's tactical gear, there's something for everyone. Stock up on ammo, brass, reloading gear, and military surplus. Explore blades from everyday carry to high-end collectibles. Visit the Colt collectors, the high standard collectors, and the returning Marlin firearms collectors. There's no buyer's premium, just $15 a day or $20 for a weekend pass. Kids 15 and under are free with an adult admission. The 54th Annual National Summer Arms Show. This Saturday, July 26th from 9 to 5 and Sunday 9 to 3. It's the Midwest's highest caliber event and the 5th largest arms show in America. Details online at nationalsummerarmshow.com. That's nationalsummerarmshow.com.
If you love finding the deal and a bargain brings you bliss, the Hy-Vee 5-day sidewalk sale is cause for celebration. This Wednesday through Sunday, stock up and save big on dozens of pantry staples, like Roma pizzas, 4 for $10, Pepsi 24 packs, $9.99, Frito-Lay's chips, just $1.99, Gatorade 8-pack bottles, just $5.99, and Sunbelt granola bars, 4 for $10. Hurry to the huge 5-day sidewalk sale this week, only at Hy-Vee.
Even though it's summertime, everybody's still busy, and that's where Hy-Vee Market Grill comes in. They've got the best dining value in town. Every day, they've got a meal deal from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And for $8 per person or less, you can treat the whole family to dinner, like smoked chicken Monday, pork chop Tuesday, cheeseburger and fries on Wednesday, and chicken enchiladas on Friday. And don't forget Steak Thursday with a perfectly seasoned steak, garlic mashed potatoes, and sweet corn for $12. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, it's only at Hy-Vee Market Grill.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery. So he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC, powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing your schedule, responding to Jim's long emails, leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC starting at $699.99 at Dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
This afternoon, expect a high of 91 with a chance of showers and thunderstorms.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
Welcome to your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
This is maybe a very, very small portion, so I don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about this. We led the show today with Hulk Hogan, and a lot of people's reaction to it is, no one cares about wrestling. Why are you talking about this? Wrestling doesn't matter. I would just like to respond that you can't tell me that wrestling doesn't matter while simultaneously using the argument that the Chiefs need a new stadium so they can host wrestling's marquee event. Both cannot be true. If you don't think wrestling matters, that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to make it seem like I'm the biggest wrestling fan in the world. I'm just saying as someone who went to WrestleMania this year and got a eye-opening experience, I'm telling you that wrestling, in fact, is very, very popular. They sold out Allegiant back-to-back days of football stadium. Like, it ain't really my cup of tea. It ain't my bag. But I'm telling you, wrestling, in fact, is very, very popular. It's just a television show. This is what I hate when people argue about wrestling. This is where I'll defend wrestling. Oh, well, how can you watch it? It's fake. You mean like all other television shows? You thought Breaking Bad was real? You thought Sopranos was real? It's just a television show. I mean, I don't think it's real like the NFL or real like the NBA or baseball. No, I don't think it's in that category, but it's The Bear. It's Yellowstone. Yes, the guy that is in Yellowstone is also in Bull Durham. He's also playing Elliot Ness in The Untouchables. He's not really a cowboy. So I just, that argument to me of, well, I don't watch it because it's not real, but you think Squid Games is real? So that's a silly argument to me. Wrestling fan, I will defend you here. I was talking to Speck about this, and I'm like, it's just a television show. It has a character arc and stories that you like, and you like this person, you don't like this person. I mean, I think people in wrestling know, for the most part, I don't want to make it seem like everybody knows, but I think they know that the results are scripted and the action and all those kind of things, but it's just a television show. And there's nothing wrong with it being a television show. Rob, were you ever a wrestling guy? Did you go through that? Like, I was a kid that was very much into wrestling, the Attitude Era. And then as I just got older, I just got into different things. I just picked up new hobbies. I still have friends and family members. Like, I went to WrestleMania with my cousin. My cousin is a big Raiders fan, big wrestling fan, so I went to WrestleMania with them. So I casually watch it from time to time. Not really my thing, but I'll definitely go back and watch some Attitude Era. I'll watch a little Shawn Michaels, a little Rock, I'll watch that all day. But this new stuff, I don't know none of them.
I wasn't ever huge into it, but like I was aware of it. I liked it when it was like end of the Attitude Era, Cena's arrival, like Batista was wrestling at that time. Like I kind of followed it at that point. I had friends who followed it more seriously than me. And then, in college you meet people, and one of my close friends in college still follows it. So I'm like aware of what's happening, but I was never the person who was like, gotta get plopped down in front of the TV for Monday Night Raw. That was never me, but I've always been kind of aware of what's happening in that wrestling world because I have friends who are on the periphery. That's kind of how I've always felt about it.
Coming up in just a little bit, we are going to be joined by Ochai Agbaji. Ochai Agbaji is going to be on the show. We're going to talk to him about his basketball camp that he has coming up. We're also going to talk to him about his career at the University of Kansas. So I don't know if you guys saw this or not. We'll just go from one list to another list. Time Magazine put together their 100 best podcasts of all times. Now, I'm really into podcasts. I mean, I guess technically I'm the host of a podcast. I'm really, really into podcasts. I mostly listen to sports podcasts. Like, I don't really dive too far out of that. I listen to the Joe Budden podcast. That's kind of it for me outside of sports. Like, I have my certain, I listen to The Herd. I listen to What's Right. I listen to probably 6 to 8 podcasts. But I would definitely say I am a consumer of podcasts. I can't really get into true crime or the NPR ones, but I understand that they're very, very popular. Rob, did you know on this list of the top 100 best podcasts of all time, they didn't include the Joe Rogan podcast? Now, I'm not going to make it seem like I'm a big Joe Rogan fan. I'm not at all, actually. But I just don't know how you can make a list of the best 100 podcasts of all time and then not include the Joe Rogan podcast. Like, regardless of how you feel about him, to deny the impact of it. Like, if they made a Mount Rushmore of podcast hosts, there is no denying that he is on it. He is the most successful and biggest podcaster in the world. So I just don't know how you don't include Joe Rogan. Hell, even if you put him at 99, at least you put him on the list. But to make a 100 best podcast list of all time and you don't include one of the Godfathers, I mean, we've seen that his show generates the conversation and it is a destination place for people to go. The president of the United States has gone on there and sat down for 3 hours and talked to him. If you are a big candidate, it is in your best interest to go on the Joe Rogan podcast. It's probably the most successful video podcast. To not put it on the top 100 list is silly. And then makes it feel like you had an agenda. Which if you have an agenda, then why in the world would you do this list? Like, I'm reading what the qualification are. It says the most innovative, influential, and informative listens in the history of the medium. These podcasts reflect the depth, breadth, and possibility of the medium at its best. Regardless of how you feel about Joe Rogan or the content on his show, that is exactly what his podcast does. All of those things. Innovative, influential, informative, sometimes not good information, but informative. It also reflects all of these things. It is a big mistake to not put this on your list. The other one I noticed that was not on there, that is not a podcast that I frequent, but I do enjoy the clips from time to time on TikTok. Rob, they didn't have Part of My Take on this list. If you are ranking sports podcast of all time, number one is the Bill Simmons podcast. I don't really think that's that much of an argument. Bill Simmons is the godfather of sports podcasting and a major reason of why the industry started to shift. I listen to his podcast I'm a big fan of his podcast. Second at this point is Part of My Take. They get everybody. And you want to talk about like shaping the conversation. Not many shows do it better than that. You can't have a top 100 list and not include those two podcasts. Again, it feels personal when it doesn't need to be personal. We're talking about the accomplishment, talking about what you've done, the way that you move the needle. Like, I don't listen to that Call Her Daddy podcast, but I understand how important the podcast is. You can't make this list without having those two on there. It's impossible to make.
I actually like Part of My Take a little more than you. It's not like, oh man, I gotta listen to Part of My Take, but I like Part of My Take. You could argue Part of My Take is one of the more influential sports podcasts of our era. Like, it's different than like a Bill Simmons sports podcast, but like, I could easily make the argument that if Part of My Take isn't successful, Fox isn't targeting Dave Portnoy to be on Big Noon Kickoff this year, which they are doing. I could argue that Pat McAfee exists because of the success of Part of My Take. Like
100%.
that like the Bustin' with the Boys podcast exists because of the success of Part of My Take. Like, there is tentacles in a coaching tree, for lack of a better term, that are spurred off of the success of Part of My Take. Like, I like it. It's not my favorite podcast in the world, but to say it's not one of the top 100 podcasts is just lunacy. It absolutely is one of the top 100.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. I also kind of look at these podcast networks as kind of like how record labels are. Like, you know how like Death Row, like at one point they had like Snoop and Dre and all these guys like on the label at one time. Like, I understand why there's multiple The Ringer podcasts on here, like The Rewatchables, for example. It's the most popular movie podcast in the world. So I understand why The Rewatchables is on there, like the way that they have packaged it. And yeah, it's a really, really big deal. I understand why Bill Simmons is on there. Like, I understand why The Ringer has multiple on there. You can't deny Barstool's spot in this podcast space, regardless of how you feel about their company and or the characters. Like, they have generated multiple stars. One of them have got to the level of, you're right, like, they are using him as a secret weapon to try to beat ESPN's College Game Day. Like, that's a really big deal. Big Cat is a legitimate star. The PMT commenter is a legitimate star. Pat McAfee got his start on these podcasts and on Barstool. So again, regardless of how you feel about Barstool, if you're Time Magazine, you cannot make a list of the top 100. You then put 7 other sports podcasts on there and then not include that one. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Again, it just feels like there was an agenda when then just don't make the list then if that's how you feel. I just don't think you can accurately tell the story if you're not going to make an inclusion for those 2 podcasts. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll be joined by Ochai Agbaji. He is hosting a basketball camp for the kiddos. We'll talk to him about it next. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Flooded bathroom? AC on the fritz? When things go wrong, you need reliable service fast. Call Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter and take $50 off any HVAC, plumbing, or electrical repair over $200. The pros at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to fix the problem. Over 40 years experience, more than 8,000 5-star reviews, plus our exceptional service guarantee means you can trust Hamilton to bring comfort and calm back to your home. Visit callhamilton.com for detailed terms and conditions. License number 2025-11121.
If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
When it comes to back-to-school shopping at Target, you can choose not to choose. From getting what you need to expressing who you are. With prices that make every choice feel right, why not choose all of the above? From backpacks, bedazzled kicks, and picture day perfect styles as bold as they are. For bring your own lunch days to science project partner days, snack stash days, decorate your locker days, and paint outside the line days. All at prices that will definitely make your day. For all of the above, it's back to school at Target.
GimmeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway. I hate games and scams. So when we had the idea to give away $25,000, I was very careful about the way it was orchestrated. Get the top of the market money and enter to be the lucky person to get $25,000. This is no joke. This is no game. This is very real. Just like GimmeTheVin.com.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
It's the summer sales event at Robside Ford. Your chance to upgrade without the stress. Robside joins me now. Rob, what's the offer?
0% financing, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on nearly the entire Ford lineup.
That's a serious summer deal.
Sure is. And unlike your brisket last weekend, these deals aren't dry.
Okay, that's fair. These savings are definitely juicy.
And we're backing it up with 2 years of complimentary maintenance, a non-commissioned sales team, and top trade-in values.
No pressure. No gimmicks at Robside Ford. The way car buying should be.
We're Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer. 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 Google reviews, and a better experience from start to finish.
So skip the smoke and the dry meat. This summer, start at Robside Ford.
135th and State Line or robsightc.com. 0% financing, $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance.
Robside Ford. Buy right. Drive happy. And next time, maybe stick to potato salad.
The world's coming to Kansas City in 2026. Is your parking lot ready? Faded lines, potholes, unsafe sidewalks, Gann Asphalt and Concrete is your winning team. One contractor, all things parking lot. Visit GannAsphalt.com today.
Headed out for a summer getaway? Make your airport parking a breeze with Casey's favorite, Park and Go. All spots are covered so your car stays cool and protected while you're soaking up the sun. Hop on a quick air-conditioned shuttle that picks you up right at your car and drops you off at the terminal. Always the best service, always the best price. Reserve now at bookparkandgo.com. Open 24/7. Fast, easy, and stress-free. Park and Go, family owned and operated, and proud to be part of your summer travel plans.
DQ presents How to Make Your Summer Take Flight. Just head into DQ for a new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat. Treat your inner hero to an epic mix of sugar cookie dough, sprinkles, and cake batter flavor. Blend it all with legendary DQ soft serve, and it's enough to tempt Superman himself. Fly into DQ for our new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat before it's gone. And don't miss Superman, only in theaters July 11th. DQ, happy tastes good. Only at participating locations.
Get a $15 prepaid MasterCard after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Chiefs coverage brought to you by Metal by the Foot, your metal project superstore.
Whether you're a DIY enthusiast, a contractor, or business owner, Metal by the Foot has the perfect solution for you. Located in KC and Topeka, online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
Thursday, August 7th on Fesco and Dusty is Travis Kelce Appreciation Day.
Kelce, no side, he makes the catch and rolls into the end zone off the right shoulder.
Right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2. Kansas City in Odyssey Sports Station.
Welcome back into the drive on 96.5 The Fan, 96.5thefan.com, and also the Odyssey app. We are very happy right now to be joined by a Kansas Jayhawk legend. He currently is in the NBA. He is doing a basketball camp this week. Ochai Agbaji joins us on the show today. Ochai, man, happy to have you on.
Hey, how you doing?
Great, man. Happy to have you on today. Tell us a little bit more about your camp.
Yeah, so we have our camp going tomorrow from 9 to 12. It's kind of kicking off my foundation right now, so we're super excited about it. It's kicking off my Young Agbaji Foundation, and something that I've always really wanted to do and kind of give back to the community of Kansas City. So I'm super excited about it.
Let's talk a little bit more about this. Why was it so important to you to get this foundation going and to also give back?
Yeah, I think it was, really important. I think just always, having everything, there for me as far as, funds for gyms and camps and being able to go to these things and these camps and do that. But I'm just fortunate to have those and be blessed with that. So now that I'm in this position to give back, I just want to do that for the next generation, for the youth that's coming up.
Right now, we're talking to Ochai Agbaji, Kansas great. He also is in the NBA. We're talking about his basketball camp. I've always wanted to talk to you about your career, just from following it from when you were in high school through college and now that you're in the NBA. You were a prospect that kind of developed late. What was that like? Because obviously you went on to have great success, but as a freshman, sophomore, you were still kind of figuring basketball out, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean, coming into school kind of late, or not coming into school, but being recruited as far as my high school and kind of being one of the lower recruits coming into school. I had to work every single day to earn my way up. Obviously, things happened and my red shirt got pulled, but, working my way up through there and obviously becoming a starter and staying a starter at Kansas kind of just solidified my spot there and solidified, what I do is as far as just working and instilling that work ethic as far as just what I do every day.
Reading a little bit more about your bio, you grew 9 inches over a 2-year span. I imagine that was a tough transition as a 14 to 16-year-old.
Yeah, no, it was. No, for sure. I mean, just as far as just growth spurts, I think everyone, in basketball, in the basketball world has gone through a growth spurt, one or the other. But it's just kind of looking back on that, I haven't grown since then. So it's kind of funny, but looking back on those times, it was nothing but great. But I'm just blessed, like I said, blessed to have the mentors and the leaders that shaped me into who I am today, and obviously wanting to give back, but wanting to be that person myself to be that leader.
During this time, are you sort of frustrated that you're being overlooked a bit? Because, I mean, your life is going to change in like 6 to 12 months. Maybe you don't know that your life is going to change, but you go from junior year to senior year that you are maybe the biggest recruit in the area, and you got 4 or 5 schools fighting after you that weren't fighting after you before. Do you know that your life is quickly about to change?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't obviously. I'm sitting here playing soccer still. I'm still on the line of if I want to play soccer or basketball or do all that. But obviously, once I got to my junior year and I kind of shut down soccer, it was after my first official offer from Miami, Ohio. I was kind of like, I can do something with basketball and do something with this. So I kind of just let that motivate me even more to do that. And I never really saw like the KUs or the Oregons and the Oklahoma States coming, in the future. But once they came and they're interested, and next thing you know, I'm being offered by all these schools, and next thing you know, I'm committing to KU. So it's just been a long journey, and obviously I'm so blessed for the opportunities and everything that I've had to get there to that moment.
Right now, we're talking to Ochai Agbaji. I follow Missouri, so you were a recruit that I would say Missouri fans just knew for a very long time, given the fact that you went to high school in Missouri. But I always felt like in the back of my mind it was, well, eventually Kansas is going to make this offer and come in and just knock everybody down. And that eventually what happened. What was it like when you got that call from Self, you get that letter, you get that indication that they want you to be a Jayhawk?
It was. I think it was after one of the games, or one of the rare losses that they had at Allen Fieldhouse. I went there for a game, and he sat me down after and offered me, and literally on the drive home, I already knew that I wanted to go there and commit there. So it was like it wasn't anything that was a second thought. Obviously, once I got that official offer.
I mean, Ochai, I cheer for Missouri, but I will say this. I have certainly been to enough games at Allen that I get it. Like, I definitely get how you go over there and you go to late night and you see all the energy and you're like, man, you know what? This is a really nice place to go to school.
Yeah, no, and then you see, you obviously go in and late night, and obviously, having late night and experiencing that for the first time was crazy, but just experiencing a game there, win or loss, the crowd was into it the whole time, and that's when I really learned, what Rock Chalk Nation and KU is all about, as far as for how much they love their teams.
My sister is a little bit younger than you. She'll be 23 coming up in a couple of weeks. And just like she was in high school whenever COVID happened, you're in college whenever COVID happens. You're on a basketball team that people think is the best college basketball team in the country, and you guys got a chance to win the NCAA championship. Obviously, you don't get that opportunity. What was that period in your life like where you're a young adult, COVID is happening, you want to keep playing basketball, they tell you you can't play basketball anymore? It was probably a lot going on during this period.
Yeah, no, a lot going on. I mean, obviously, things being, everything being shut down, and kind of we're in Kansas City about to play in the Big 12 tournament, and things get shut down slowly, and you start hearing about things, and but no, it was just a crazy time, and looking back on it, it was just crazy that everyone was going through the same thing, and things being shut down due to COVID and all that, but no, now getting through that, and the years past that, and the year after that, and not having fans in the stands, and not having that real Rock Chalk Nation that I was just talking about. It was like probably a year and a half prior to that. Once we got full fans back, but during that time, it was obviously different for KU, but getting back to full capacity of fans and all that was great.
Couple questions here about your senior year. Your last year at school, obviously you didn't get a chance to win a championship. You decide to come back. You want that last year to go out there and win it. You took a big jump to your senior year in terms of like your own level of play, where you became a no-doubter. Hey, you're a future NBA player. When did you start to notice that jump in your game to not just being a good college player, but being a great college player and being one of the best players in the country that season?
Yeah, I think it was, really just a change of mentality. Going through my junior year, after my junior year, I went through the NBA process and kind of got some feedback and went through that, and went through some good training out in Phoenix, and came back with just a different mindset and different attitude as far as wanting to be a leader, and really wanted to take a step forward my senior year and establish not myself but the whole entire team as a whole. And obviously we did that, but that was a goal from ours. When we got to KU, it was just obviously so long ahead in the future. But once that was in front of us and we had the keys to it, those guys that had been there for 2-3 years along with me all kind of understood the assignment. So.
Yeah, you guys, when I look back at your team, you guys might be like the last of an era. You stayed your entire year at KU. Christian Brown stayed his entire year at KU. David McCormick, like DeJuan Harris stayed there. Like, you guys are like through and through Jayhawks, where now, 5 years later, a couple years later, you guys would have had, 3 or 4 different transfers, something would have happened. Like, I think what made it special of a run for you guys is you guys all kind of went through those ups and downs together to eventually get over the hump.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, that junior year and the years before that really, shaped us as far as a team, and obviously going through ups and downs builds the team's chemistry, but everyone staying there through all the transfers, through all the stuff, through all the noise, staying there and prevailing at the end while everyone, I know some guys came back, but prevailing at the end as far as for my last going out was just everything that what everyone wanted to do there. So I'm just super proud still to this day. And we're just down at the TBT watching the TBT games at the Municipal these past 2 ones. And it's just cool to see, obviously, all the alumni and David was playing. But just seeing all the guys back in Kansas City and back in the areas is always nice. Mitch, Chris, and Christian also. So it's always nice.
I mean, you grew up in Kansas City. You obviously watched a lot of KU. You got a chance to be a part of it. Everybody dreams big. Did you ever dream that you would accomplish the things that you accomplished? Like, one day your name is going to be in the rafters. Maybe you don't think that about yourself, but I'm telling you, if you were a consensus All-American, Final Four most outstanding player, you win a championship, one day you're going to get that call and your name's going to be up there with Paul Pierce and Wilt Chamberlain. Did you ever imagine you would have that kind of college career?
Honestly, not really. I mean, it was obviously a dream that everyone dreams about, going to a big school and committing there. But when I'm coming there, or when I'm getting in, to KU as a freshman and walking there on campus for the first time and kind of looking things over, that's obviously not my first thought. But at the end of the day, I want to be that player. I wanted to be that star player, and everyone does. And my opportunity didn't come until 4 years later, and I just waited my turn until the end and worked hard. And that's just kind of what I've always done, is just waited for my opportunity and just worked hard until then. And then now you turn around and look up and see all the stuff in the rafters, and no, it's super accomplishing, and it's obviously a great feeling. But it's so surreal even to sit here and talk about it, that I'm going to be up in the rafters soon. But I know there's obviously a few guys ahead of me, so I know it's going to be down the line when things settle in a lot more, for sure.
You mentioned it just a little bit. One thing that I do think is pretty cool, because I've seen you out before and I've seen Christian out before, like, you guys are like a very tight-knit community. Like, it's this very special Kansas basketball fraternity that you are a part of, and you are in it for life. It does it mean to be a Jayhawk? What does it mean to be a part of this very, very special club of basketball players?
Yeah, I think it means something, obviously, to be a Jayhawk and to go to the University of Kansas, whether it's for 1 year or 4 years, and understand, the expectations, the pressures. I think that's the one thing that really, brings everyone together at the end of the day, is just having those expectations and those pressures, being at the school, practicing there, going through everything that all the players in the past have gone through, seeing all the history that has been put into this place, and everyone that has came before you. That's what makes Kansas special, in my opinion. As far as leaving an imprint that you've seen other people do before you, and you want to come in and just take on that role and leave Kansas better than you got there with it. So that's how I see it, and I know everyone else sees it that way, and that's where that brotherhood comes from. I mean, you see other brotherhoods as far as with Duke and other places, but Kansas is definitely different when it comes to that.
That is Ochai Agbaji joining us on the show today. Ochai, I love Mizzou, but you know what? I support Kansas City above anything. So the fact that you are from Kansas City, that just overrides and supersedes your Jayhawk affiliation. So I will always cheer for you because of that.
Of course. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
That is Ochai Agbaji. Got a chance to catch up with him to talk about his basketball camp. Rob, we talk to athletes, pretty much all the time. Ochai might move to the top of the list. I can't think of a time that a player has just been nicer and more accommodating than Ochai. Can you think of somebody off the top of your head that we've just enjoyed having on the show more than Ochai Agbaji?
Nothing comes immediately to mind. Right?
We hit him up to come on the show. He is, whenever. Just, I've never seen this, but it never happens. You got to track him down sometimes. Ochai, you know what? I'm moving Ochai up to the front of the line of friend of the show. Friend of the show, Ochai Agbaji. He's up there. Number one. I loved Ochai. You guys know how I feel about the Jayhawks. I like to give them a tough time from time to time, but I'm cheering from anybody from Kansas City, so I don't care what college you went to. Ochai, you could have went to KU, K-State. It don't matter. You're from Kansas City, so I want to see you win. Happy that he could join us today on the show. All right, coming up on the other side, we'll get back to our NFL over-unders. Keep it right here, so drive.
Hey, it's Cole Reagans from the Kansas City Royals. You're listening to The Drive with CDOT on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Ahoy, mateys! Set your course for Harris, Kansas City on Saturday, July 26, where over $100,000 in prizes are waiting at our treasure chest drawing. One lucky winner will take home $50,000 in cold, hard cash. And every 15 minutes, you could snatch up to $2,500 in free play. Plus, earn 5-time extra entries every Saturday night through July 26 to boost your odds of striking gold. It's the summer's hottest treasure hunt, only at Harris, Kansas City. Yo-ho-ho!
21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. Where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Summer is the season of splurging. Don't compromise. Come into Twin Peaks all week and save big on some of your favorite food and beverage menu items every day. Summer savings starts today, only at your local lodge. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help this patient.
Hi, my name is John, and I've been on ED and testosterone treatment at Heartland Men's Health for the past 15 months. I could tell, I was starting to go downhill, and my wife kept telling me, well, you need to go to a clinic that'll specialize in that. And that's what eventually led me into the men's clinic here. Treatment, in my opinion, is a miracle. I was able to perform to an elevated position that, quite honestly, I never thought I'd see again. For my fellow men out there, if you're feeling that you're not up to par, I encourage you, contact Heartland Men's Health, and you will see a dramatic difference.
Thank you. It's true. Your initial appointment includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Final days. Diamonds Direct Summer Showcase ends this Sunday, but there's still time to make it unforgettable. Get an extra 20% off almost everything. Engagement rings, wedding bands, earrings, gold jewelry, tennis bracelets, and stunning fashion jewelry. Plus, this weekend only, top designers from New York and LA are live in store with exclusive collections you can't find anywhere else. The sparkle, the savings, the moment. Don't miss it. Only through Sunday, only at Diamonds Direct. Appointments are filling fast. Get details at diamondsdirect.com.
When it comes to back-to-school shopping at Target, you can choose not to choose. From getting what you need to expressing who you are. With prices that make every choice feel right, why not choose all of the above? From backpacks, bedazzled kicks, and picture day perfect styles as bold as they are. For bring your own lunch days to science project partner days, snack stash days, decorate your locker days, and paint outside the line days. All at prices that will definitely make your day. For all of the above, it's back to school at Target.
The other place with 5 great Kansas City locations, Shawnee, Olathe, downtown Overland Park, Mission, and Belton. Stop by this summer and enjoy their beautiful patios, all while listening to some live music at most locations Thursday through Saturdays And on game day, they have enough big screens that you'll never miss a minute of the action, all while enjoying some great food and beer specials. So make the other place your summer headquarters. The other place, Shawnee, Olathe, downtown Overland Park, Mission, and Belton. Check out theotherplace.com.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Brought to you by America's largest pickleball festival, PickleCon. PickleCon presents pickleball like you've never seen it. PickleCon takes over Kansas City August 7th through 10th. Tournaments, clinics, puppy yoga, glow-in-the-dark play, and more. Register now at picklecon.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
This one brought to you by PickleCon. Got a problem downtown, 35 southbound past Paseo. The left lane is blocked. And Lee Summit, 470 southbound past 291 Highway southbound. The left lane blocked. From the Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric Traffic Center, I'm Val, 96.5 The Fan.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. You're listening to The Drive with Carrington Harrison on 96.5 The Fan and the Odyssey app.
Someone texted into the show not that long ago. Carrington, I love that you are open to all these new ideas, except your feelings on Dippin' Dots. There's only really two positions to have on Dippin' Dots. It's people who know how amazing Dippin' Dots are and people who are wrong. There's no in the middle. If we go to the stadium and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm thinking about getting a treat. I'm going to get some Dippin' Dots. I'll get you some. Would you like some? If you look at me and be like, no thanks, I'll never go to another baseball game with you again. We're not simpatico. Why would you think that? Like, why would you think that I'm still going to hang out with you after that? You're wrong. And I don't want to be on the wrong side of history. I have no interest in being on the wrong side of history. So I appreciate what you had to say. I mean, there's only two kinds of people. People that know how amazing Dippin' Dots are and people who are wrong. That's it. That's it. I only bring that up because Rob and I are on two opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to a candy. Now, you guys might be wondering, why are we going to talk about this? Well, you know, I'll play the audio for you. I usually try to take the liberty, if an athlete says it, then we can talk about it on our sports show. This is Kareem Hunt. You guys know Kareem Hunt. At one point, he led the NFL in rush yards. He was the leading rusher last year for the team that won the AFC. This is a prominent figure in this community. Listen to what he said about a candy that goes unnoticed, unappreciated, and deserves far more than it has been given.
I'm just cutting out fried food and stuff like that. No fried chicken, no stuff like that, and you know, no snacks, no little Debbie's or nothing like that. So, so it's just, you know, one of those things. You just got to get your body, you know, right for the long run. You know, when I'm 35, 36, I could do all that.
Little Debbie's your favorite snack? Is that tough?
Man, I love Swedish Fish, man, and Twizzlers.
I also love Swedish Fish. Now, let me talk about Twizzlers first, and then we'll double back and we'll get to Swedish Fish. I have a belief that everybody has their road trip snack. I've taken a couple road trips over the last couple of months. I can drive 8 to 10 hours easy. I don't need anybody help. Give me control of the radio and let me get these 3 snacks at the gas station. I'm good. Sit back. I'll drive. Put your headphones on. We'll talk. We'll vibe. I'm good. I need sunflower seeds. I'm not super picky. I don't want the dill pickle ones, but you give me ranch, barbecue, cracked pepper, a little sweet. It don't matter to me. Sunflower seeds, Gatorade, and Twizzlers. I can drive all night for you. Now, this maybe happens, I don't know, once, maybe twice a year. Rob will come into the office with a giant, not the little bag, I mean the giant bag of Swedish Fish. It's always open, too. He's never given me a sealed bag of Swedish Fish. It's the oddest thing that we have going on. I know in one day I'll just come to work and I'll be surprised. It'll be a half-eaten bag of Swedish Fish. And he'll be like, oh, well, Caroline had some of it. She doesn't want any more. You know I hate them, so we just gave them to you. Like, I'm getting their Swedish Fish hand-me-downs. And every time I look at Rob and I say, you sure you don't want any? Because these are delicious. Underrated, underappreciated. You know, there's some movies that go under the radar. There's this movie from the 2000s called The Prestige. Phenomenal film. Doesn't get nearly enough credit, even though it should. It's one of the best movies of the 2000s. I don't know why people don't love that movie. That's what Swedish Fish is. It's The Prestige. It's a timeless film. Great movie, but it's been overshadowed by some better candies, don't get me wrong. But in a pinch, when you're sitting there in your office and you got to crunch the numbers, when you're sitting there, you need just something to nibble on, something to snack on until you go get yourself a meal. I don't think you can go wrong with the Swedish Fish. Kareem Hunt, I knew you were a changed man. I don't know if you would have gave this answer 7, 8 years ago. You were lost. But no, you're found. Swedish Fish, I'm happy you're back on the team. Spreading. Some people, our role in life is to spread the gospel. I'm here to spread the gospel of Dippin' Dots. I'm here to spread the gospel of Red Lobster. And now I'm adding another thing to my list. Swedish Fish. Phenomenal. Great choice by you, Kareem Hunt. Great choice by you.
First off, I want the record to show that when I bring these big bags of Swedish Fish, it is not just because I dislike the candy. I think the candy's fine. I think actually it's properly rated. It's not bad. It's not great. It's just right in the middle. But I know your love affair for a nice Swedish Fish.
They're great.
So when I show up and I drop the bag off, I'm like, here you go, man. I got you. I drop the bag off at 10:30, 11 when we kind of start prepping the show. It is not 2 o'clock yet, and that bag is in the trash can. You love a Swedish Fish.
Smoke through them, as I should. You know what? I'm going to give you another. This might be where I now give you underrated candies. A candy that doesn't get nearly enough love. Dots. Now, I don't need the big box of Dots. I'm not going to the store and buying Dots. Don't get me wrong. I'm not buying them. But you know, every year for Halloween, you get that assortment. You know, you get that one where, like, you just grab your little handful for your little one. Your little one's dressed up like Woody from Toy Story. So you go up there, trick or treat, and you can grab you a little handful. Hey, man, grab me 2 of them right there. Yeah, the yellow box. Grab me those right there. Grab me those right there. I need those. Dots. Very underrated. I'm going to give you another underrated candy here. I believe it's called Mr. Good Bar. It also comes in those little assortment. It's the one that comes in the little yellow wrapper. So you get like the crackle, which is whatever. But you get that one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that little small bite size that comes in that yellow wrapper. Mr. Good Bar. Underrated. What a combination of chocolate and peanuts. Phenomenal. Fantastic. Another very underrated candy. I'm going to give you another one. There's a reason why Grandma had this in the candy dish. Weather's Original doesn't get nearly the respect that it deserves. Versatile.
That's a bank candy.
Versatile. You can put it at the bank. You can put it at the doctor's office. It reminds you of Grandma's house when she had the couch with the plastic on it. Weather's Original, multifaceted. You know what? It's like that Swiss Army knife. It's like Tyrann Mathieu. It can play safety, it can play corner, it can play linebacker, it can play a little D end if you need to. Weather's original. It doesn't matter if you're in church or it doesn't matter. Weather's original goes every single time. Underrated candies. Kareem, I knew it. Now, this part about cutting out fried chicken, I don't know what's going on now. That's a little too far-fetched for me. I'm sorry. God peaked when he made the bird. I don't know. I'm not cutting that out of the diet. But you know what? Sweet as fish. I knew there was something about you.
I'm just cutting out fried food and stuff like that. No fried chicken, no stuff like that. And, no snacks, no little Debbie's or nothing like that. So, so it's just, one of those things you just got to get your body, right for the long run. When I'm 35, 36, I could do all that.
Little Debbie's your favorite snack? Is that tough?
Man, I love Swedish fish, man, and Twizzlers.
I nominate that they put Kareem Hunt in the Chiefs Ring of Honor right now. Right now. While he's still an active player. I want them to stop the game in week 6 to honor Kareem Hunt. That's what I want. I want them to stop the game to honor Kareem Hunt. Someone on the text line says, another candy that's really good that comes in the small package, Milk Duds. I don't know if I want the full box of Milk Duds, but yeah, give me 2 of those little baby boxes. Oh my goodness, I'm going crazy with the Milk Duds. I'll give you another underrated candies. Rolos. Rolos doesn't get nearly the respect that it deserves. Rolos, very underrated. My friend, his mom, every year, she would make like Rolo cookies. Like she would get the cookie and she like smash it in there. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you. I'd pay for a batch of those right now from Karen Conway. Lovely woman. I'm just trying to tell you, man. I'm here to help you learn and be better. Shout out to the Mr. Good Bar. Underrated candies, Rob. You want to nominate one? We'll move on from this. You want to nominate some?
I feel like all your nominees have been you buy a assorted pack of Halloween and you start picking out random stuff.
No, I'm picking out the best. Someone said, what about the strawberry candy with the strawberry wrapper? My brother, you're blocked. That's terrible.
That's where
That's awful.
That's the cousin of Werther's.
Somebody said Smarties. My brother, you're blocked. Smarties? Please don't interact with this show talking to me about Smarties. That's not smart. Smarties? I said underrated candies, elite premium candies. You're coming to me with the Anthony Richardson of candies. Smarties? Come on now. The little strawberry things that come in the strawberry wrapper? Come on now. Those are terrible. You know those are terrible.
The actual answer for underrated is Spree. And not the chewy Spree. I'm talking the Spree in the purple box. Or Sweet Tarts. Depends on how you rate those initially. Also incredible. I would say those 2. And then Banana Laffy Taffy. Those are the actual 3 underrated candies.
Circus Peanuts. Okay, you're trying to get blocked now.
Come on now.
You're trying to get blocked. Circus Peanuts. Can you imagine? I'm serious, Rob. You're in a happy, loving, committed marriage. You guys are talking about starting a family. Can you imagine you're about to go to the movie and your wife's like, hey, can you grab me some candy? Like, yeah, babe, of course. What do you want? She's like, Circus Peanuts. You got to call the divorce attorney right then and there. Please call the attorney. You can't be with this person anymore. You have irreconcilable differences. Your wife wants you to get her Circus Peanuts on the way to go see the new Jurassic Park movie. You got to get rid of her. You got to trade her in for a new model. That's awful. Charleston Chew? What's going on? Charleston Chew? No, come on now. You guys, you're pulling my leg here. Sixlets? You're pulling my leg here. You really are. Someone said, what about those candy apple suckers? I ain't gonna lie. Kind of underrated. They're good. I kind of do like those. I'm a fan of those candy apple suckers. They're good. Chico stick. Okay. You want to move on, man? I was ready to move on. I don't know what the text line is on right now. This is wild. This is nuts. Did you say Banana Laffy Taffy?
Banana Laffy Taffy's fire.
I missed that. You said Banana Laffy Taffy?
It's the best of the Laffy Taffies. If I get a Laffy Taffy back, the banana Laffy Taffy is the GOAT Laffy Taffy.
I think I'd rather wear a KU basketball jersey than eat banana Laffy Taffies. Like, if those are my two options.
That sounds like an incredible day.
Like,
what a time.
If those are my two options.
Rocking an Ochai jersey, eating some banana Laffy Taffy, what a day.
That's nuts. I can't believe that's something that you would endorse on this radio program.
By the way, text line just hitting some bangers now. Bottle caps, fire. Peach rings, yes
Bottle
please.
Caps.
These aren't underrated, though. These are just good candies.
Somebody said one of my employees is riding with me. He said, what about Boston baked beans? He's officially been fired. Oh, no, man. I kind of like the Boston baked beans. I kind of like them. I kind of think they're good. Some of these candies I would never buy. Like, I'm not going to the store to get the Boston baked beans. But if you got a box of them and you're around me, I might ask you to, hey, man, can I have a couple of them? Oh, let me get a couple of them right there. Let me go and grab me one or two of them. I don't mind participating in this. I don't know what's going on with the text line right now. Cherry mash? Yo, okay, all right. Let's move on. I don't want to talk about this anymore. You've upset me. That's what happens. You've upset me. I'm ready to give out an award. Every year we get the in best shape of their life. We haven't even put the pads on yet. I think we have a winner. Do you know who the winner is? Rob, do you know who the winner is?
Ooh, I'm fascinated to find out who
I think we already know who. I'm already starting to see the tweets. Best shape of his career.
Oh, I know who it is.
Refocused.
Oh, I know. Refocused,
You already know who it is.
Yeah, he's svelte right now. It looks like he's 20. He's doing a good job. He's in great shape. And I'm not sure he didn't come in first on the whole conditioning thing. He was right up front. You can see he's been working out. You saw him yesterday on the long one where he had the burst, and so he's doing a nice job. He's worked hard to get to this spot here. So
Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce's going to win the in best shape of his career award. We're already giving that out. I think the voting is over. I think they've already given it to Travis Kelce. I've seen multiple people, oh, man, he looks like he's got a new spring in his step. He's a year younger. He ain't put the pads on yet. Best shape of his life, it's July. We got a long way to go here. We're giving it to Travis Kelce? That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like to me right now, if we give out that award, and I know a lot of you plan on going up there this weekend, and you should go up there this weekend. Sunday, they're putting the pads on. That's the time to go on Sunday. It feels like they're giving the award to Travis Kelce. Kelce's the best. He said he looks 20. He said he looks 20. He's 34. They've already given the award out. Best shape of their life, Travis Kelce. Congratulations, man. Come on down and get your award. You won a lot of awards, but this might be the best one. And when they start saying this about you in your mid-30s, it normally means one of two things. You're cooked, or you know what? You know this is your last year, so you got to go out with a bang. It's one of those two.
I mean, it's all of it with Travis. I think that's why he's winning the award. It's not just the fact that I want to make sure I got this. He called him svelte. He said svelte for Travis Kelce. He was first in the conditioning test.
He said he was first in the conditioning. Hold on. First off, I'm wondering, Xavier Worthy, what's going on here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If Travis Kelce beats you in a running drill, we got some serious problems with Hollywood. Hollywood, what you been doing? Isaiah Pacheco, you should be the first one winning this conditioning drill. You didn't do nothing for the last 4 months of the season. You should be fresh, ready to prove something. You let Travis Kelce beat you in a foot race? Xavier Worthy, what's going on? There's some guys trying to make this team, and you lost to Travis Kelce? That's what this might be a negative that Travis Kelce won this award. It's not a positive. This is a negative. That means the rest of the team ain't running hard enough to me. If Kelce won the competition, he shouldn't be beating some of these guys in a foot race. He knows he shouldn't be beating them in a foot race.
It's all the stuff with Travis. It's best shape of your life. He's refocused. He's really, he's talked about it on his podcast. I wasn't a great teammate last year. I got to do better here. They're not going to call it the last dance because that term has already been used and kind of overused at this point. But that's a lot of last dance energy from Travis Kelce. I'm showing up in the best shape of my life. I'm refocused. I'm a better leader. I'm winning the conditioning test. Like, he's doing all the swan song, this one's for John type of goodbye. That's what it feels like with Travis Kelce.
Someone said he said conditioning, not a foot race. They running, though. They're running. I mean, it's some kind of race. It's a test. I mean, I want to finish first in the test.
And I would imagine that there's like different levels. Like, I imagine Travis Kelce and Xavier Worthy are doing a different conditioning test than Chris Jones. They're not asking Chris Jones to run a 4.340, or we'd be in St. Joe for months.
That's crazy.
It's the fact of life. Chris Jones ain't running a 4.3 anytime soon.
I don't know what their conditioning drill is. We'd have to ask. Hey, what's you guys' conditioning drill? I'd love to know what you guys do for conditioning. Can we do the over-unders coming up on the other side? Let's do that next. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
Hi, welcome to IKEA.
This is my college campus.
Correct, but I see you're on IKEA.com ordering some college items.
My daughter's room is pretty bare. We need a lamp, some comfy pillows, her favorite stuffy.
Dad! With pickup options, we've got what you need to conveniently order IKEA. Literally anywhere.
Sweet. More time for gaming.
And studying. Wait, where are you going now?
Have to show the Ultimate Frisbee team how easy it is to order from IKEA. Get IKEA whenever, wherever, however you want. Choose from thousands of pickup locations, affordable delivery options, and more.
Hey, Kansas! Register with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball, to get instant access to the best variety of parlay selection features, like the new look Same Game Parlay, original bets, live betting options, and so much more. New players can receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets with bonus code KFNZ/1500 if they don't win their first bet. You won't want to miss any of the action. Place your money line, parlay bets, and more with BetMGM today. Just sign up with bonus code KFNZ/1500 to get up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your first bet loses. Enjoy hard-hitting baseball thrills all season long at BetMGM. You won't want to miss it. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus to wager. Kansas only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Don't let clogged drains slow you down. Call Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter today for our $79 mainline drain cleaning special. The pros at Hamilton will inspect your drains with video camera technology to pinpoint exactly what is needed to clear those clogs and help prevent expensive drain repairs. The expert technicians at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to solve your problem the right way, the first time. Over 40 years experience and more than 8,000 five-star reviews ensures your peace of mind. Visit callhamilton.com for details, terms, and conditions. License number 2025-11121.
Ahoy, mateys! Set your course for Harris, Kansas City on Saturday, July 26, where over $100,000 in prizes are waiting at our treasure chest drawing. One lucky winner will take home $50,000 in cold, hard cash. And every 15 minutes, you could snatch up to $2,500 in free play. Plus, earn 5-time extra entries every Saturday night through July 26 to boost your odds of striking gold. It's the summer's hottest treasure hunt, only at Harris, Kansas City. Yo-ho-ho!
21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey friends, it's noisy out there. With information coming at us all day, every day, it's hard to know what to trust. And the world of wealth management is no exception. That's why UMB Private Wealth Management helps you tune out the noise and tune into what matters most. They'll create a financial plan based on your unique goals. So it's your voice that comes through loud and clear. Get financial clarity. Go to umb.com/privatewealth to schedule an appointment. That's umb.com/privatewealth.
Baseball season is in full swing, and that means the summer heat is coming. The guys at Climate Control have been serving KC homeowners for over 35 years and know how to get your cooling system ready to handle our scorching hot summer weather. Stay cool and comfortable this summer. Call Climate Control today at 816-265-2830 and schedule your AC system tune-up for just $59. Don't wait. Visit ClimateControlKC.com today. Climate Control Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
Hi, welcome to IKEA.
This is my college campus.
Correct, but I see you're on IKEA.com ordering some college items.
My daughter's room is pretty bare. We need a lamp, some comfy pillows, her favorite stuffy.
Dad! With pickup options, we've got what you need to conveniently order IKEA. Literally anywhere.
Sweet. More time for gaming.
And studying. Wait, where are you going now?
Have to show the Ultimate Frisbee team how easy it is to order from IKEA. Get IKEA whenever, wherever, however you want. Choose from thousands of pickup locations, affordable delivery options, and more.
This report is brought to you by Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka in Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka in Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. Proud partner of the Kansas City Royals. Each can of Surfside is only 100 calories, and the best part, 0 bubbles. Grab it at the K or ask for it at your favorite bars and liquor stores.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
This one brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. You've got a wreck and some debris. 70 eastbound past Little Blue Parkway. 2 left lanes are closed. And then Riverside, that's a stall. 29 southbound on the ramp to 635 southbound. From the Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric Traffic Center, I'm Val. 96.5 The Fan.
This is 96.5 The Fan, your home for Chiefs football.
You know what? We got to go back because I forgot something. We were talking about underrated, underappreciated candies. I forgot to mention one of my personal favorites. That's my fault. I was ready to move on from this topic, but I got distracted. I got distracted by opinions like, I've got a hot take. Twizzler is actually the worst candy. Well, you've been blocked. You're out of here. Give me a Twizzler. Regular, pull and peel, the little nibs, nubs, whatever they're called, all delicious. There will be no Twizzler slander, not in this home, not on this show. No sirree, Bob. I will not be participating in any of that. I forgot a candy. Raisinets. Who do I love a box of Raisinets? If I'm going to the movie, and you know how Walgreens or CVS will let you get the little 3-pack, 3 for $1, like 3 for $3 before you go to the movie. Especially if you're going to the one over here in Mission, the Cinemark one. You got to make that stop over at the Walgreens across the street. 3 candies for $3? Simple. I'm getting a box of Sour Patch Kids. I'm getting a box of Reese's Pieces. And I'm getting some Raisinets, man, every time. I'm getting the Raisinets. I'm getting 3 different flavors, 3 different kinds of candy. It depends on how I'm feeling. I might get a popcorn. I'm sneaking in the drink, but I might get a popcorn. Every time. I'm just here to pass on information, man. That's all I'm here to do. I'm here to pass that information. All right, Rob. Coming up at the top of the hour, we're going to be joined by Kel Dansby. He covers combat sports for Yahoo. We're going to talk to him about Hulk Hogan. But before we do that, let's talk a little NFL. Let's continue our over-unders. Hit the music. All right, these 6 teams have an over-under of 7.5. The Falcons, Cowboys, Colts, Jaguars, Raiders, and Seahawks. Out of those 6 teams, Rob, give me the one team that you would say is a lock to hit their over. Falcons, Cowboys, Colts, Jaguars, Raiders, Seahawks. Give me a lock to hit the over.
I'll take the Atlanta Falcons. I think at the end of the season, we saw a glimpse of what Michael Penix can be. I think Michael Penix was slow developing last year because of the injury and everything that's happened in his life. But we saw a glimpse at the end of last year that Michael Penix might be that guy. They are in a soft division, and they are playing a soft schedule. And we have always said about the Falcons. Now, maybe it's just the fantasy sport player in me, but we have always said about the Falcons, boy, their skill position group, pretty good. Kyle Pitts is a former top 10 pick that feels like untapped talent. Bijan Robinson, as much as I hate running back, he is one of the best running backs in the National Football League. And Drake London quietly just puts up really good seasons every year. There is a belief that the Falcons have all the ingredients. If Michael Penix is real, which I think we saw that, they could be a team that is over 7.5 wins and could compete for that division because of how bad that division is. My lock in that group is the Atlanta Falcons.
You know what? I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys. We've seen whenever Dak Prescott is healthy, the Cowboys have a chance to actually make a little bit of noise. Now, I'm not picking them to win the division. I wouldn't be surprised if they win that division because of how cyclical that division is. But 7.5 is a very, very low number to me, and you are betting on Dak Prescott being hurt and not banking on the roster. I think the Cowboys got hit with a lot of injuries last year. Dak was hurt, Diggs was hurt, Bland was out for some time with an injury. They didn't have a full complement of weapons. I think they've made an upgrade in the run game. You go get George Pickens to be a number 2 behind CeeDee Lamb. You'll get better quarterback play this season if Dak stays healthy. I think the Cowboys over-under should actually be 8.5. I think that 7.5 is a low number. I mean, they can finish with a losing record and still cash your ticket. So go ahead and give me the Cowboys. I'll take the over 7.5. That's actually one of my favorite bets while we were doing this exercise. So let's go through now and give me one team that you think is a lock for the under. Falcons, Cowboys, Colts, Jaguars, Raiders, and Seahawks. We did the over, Rob. Give me one team that you think is a lock to hit their under.
I feel like this is an obvious pick. And I was trying to think back here, like, how could I be different? I feel like we're going to say the same thing, but it's just sometimes the low-hanging fruit is there. You got to take the low-hanging fruit. The Colts. How? How are they 7.5? Please explain it to me. Their quarterback is me and you. They don't have a quarterback.
That feels racist.
It's a fact of life. It's not even a race thing. It's a talent thing. I'm basically Daniel Jones.
And so I gotta be Anthony. I gotta be Anthony Richardson. I gotta be Anthony Richardson. I don't want to be Anthony Richardson.
I don't want to be Daniel Jones. But this is the life we live.
Why can't we be the Giants and I'll be Russell Wilson and you can be Jackson Dart? Why can't we be that?
Jackson Dart has too much swag for me. It doesn't fit.
Oh my goodness.
I'm more Jameis than I am Jackson Dart. They don't have a quarterback. I honestly think they're going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. I think they're saying it without saying it. They are quietly in the Arch Nussmeier, fight. And you think highly of the Titans. I think highly of the Titans. I think that division is going to be tougher than people think because the Jags might come back this year because I like their coaching staff. Like, this just feels like an obvious under for the Colts. Big under.
You know what? I'm going to give you Seattle. I could see Seattle getting off to a little bit of a rough start. They start off with San Francisco. They go cross-country on the road against Pittsburgh. They could possibly be 0-2 with a must-win game at home against the Saints, on the road against Arizona, Tampa Bay, on the road against Jacksonville, Houston. That's their schedule the first 7 weeks of the season. I could see Seattle getting off to a rough start. It takes them a little bit to kind of get the offense going. Darnold, you take him out of an ideal situation with the run game, the offensive line, the head coach, the pass-catching weapons, and he kind of struggles a little bit and takes a step back. So give me Seattle. I'm going to take my over lock for the Cowboys at 7.5. I'm going to give you Seattle as my under. Give me under 7.5 wins for the Seahawks.
I agree the over on the Cowboys 7.5, but me and you don't see the Cowboys similarly at all. I think the Cowboys are like an 8-win team. Maybe I'll end up being way wrong.
That's over.
I'm selling all my Cowboy stock though, because Brian Schottenheimer does not feel like an NFL head coach. He feels like Jerry Jones just needed someone, and no one else wanted the job because Jerry likes to be Jerry. Brian Schottenheimer, the most uninspiring hire in the whole cycle.
Yeah, there's no denying that. I want to play this audio for you. We're going to be joined by Kel Dansby. He covers wrestling for Yahoo Sports. We're going to talk to him about the passing of Hulk Hogan. Here's what Creed Humphrey had to say about Josh Simmons. He had high praise.
Yeah, well, you could tell all OTAs, it was something that he wanted. He was working nonstop on it, making sure he was getting healthy as quick as he could. So that was awesome to see, and he's moving really well, playing really well right now. He seems to be fully healthy, and he's getting after it. So it's been a lot of fun to see.
That was Creed Humphrey, who met with the media earlier today, talking about Josh Simmons, who looks healthy out there. The Chiefs put on the pads on Sunday, so they're going to be hitting, running, tackling, doing all of those things. If Josh Simmons, I told you guys yesterday, this could be their week one offensive line. Let's see what Jawan Taylor looks like. Let's see when he's back healthy. But I don't know if the plan is all training camp period, we're going to let Josh Simmons get reps at left tackle. And then, oh, yeah, Jawan Taylor's here. Well, let's move Jalen Moore over to left tackle, even though he hasn't practiced over here at all training camp period, and give this job back to Jawan Taylor. I just think that's something that we should be keeping an eye on. They got 3 guys for 2 spots. 2 guys are on those spots right now, and your rookie left tackle looks a lot better earlier than maybe people had anticipated. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll be joined by Kel Dansby. He covers combat sports for Yahoo. We talk Hulk Hogan. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison. Catch Hall of Famer Denny Matthews every Monday at 3.
And gone, Bobby Witt.
On your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
This one brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. You've got a wreck and some debris. 70 eastbound past Little Blue Parkway. 2 left lanes are closed. And in Riverside, that's a stall. 29 southbound on the ramp to 635 southbound. From the Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric Traffic Center, I'm Val. 96.5 The Fan.
Divorce is never easy, but selling a home during this challenging time doesn't have to add to the stress. When you work with the Sharp Homes team, they'll help you make a seamless transition. And the Sharp Homes team can give you options. Do you want to skip the showings and open houses and go straight to sold? Contact them to discuss their instant offer program. In fact, contact the only agent I would trust if I needed to sell my home. It's Dawn Sharp with the Sharp Homes team, brokered by Epic Realty. Just Google Sharp Homes team. It's Dawn Sharp and the Sharp Homes team.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
There is only one National Summer Arms Show, and it returns to Kansas City this weekend only. Bigger than ever. Buy, sell, and trade with freedom lovers from coast to coast and border to border. All gathering at the KCI Expo Center for one incredible weekend. Discover vintage rifles and handguns, modern arms, and collectible militaria. From Civil War artifacts to today's tactical gear, there's something for everyone. Stock up on ammo, brass, reloading gear, and military surplus. Explore blades from everyday carry to high-end collectibles.
deals. Visit the Colt Collectors, the High Standard Collectors, and the returning Marlin Firearms Collectors. There's no buyer's premium, just $15 a day or $20 for a weekend pass. Kids 15 and under are free with an adult admission. The 54th Annual National Summer Arms Show, this Saturday, July 26th from 9 to 5 and Sunday 9 to 3. It's the Midwest's highest caliber event and the 5th largest arms show in America. Details online at nationalsummerarmshow.com. That's nationalsummerarmshow.com.
It's the summer sales event at Robside Ford. Your chance to upgrade without the stress. Robside joins me now. Rob, what's the offer?
0% financing, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on nearly the entire Ford lineup.
That's a serious summer deal.
Sure is. And unlike your brisket last weekend, these deals aren't dry.
Okay, that's fair. These savings are definitely juicy.
And we're backing it up with 2 years of complimentary maintenance, a non-commissioned sales team, and top trade-in values.
No pressure, no gimmicks at Robside Ford. The way car buying should be.
We're Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer, 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 Google reviews, and a better experience from start to finish.
So skip the smoke and the dry meat. This summer, start at Robside Ford.
135th and State Line or robsigHC.com. 0% financing, $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance.
Robside Ford, buy right, drive happy. And next time, maybe stick to potato salad.
It is out of here.
Man, if your stream isn't as strong as it used to be, or you're taking more breaks to the bathroom than the 7th inning stretch of a televised baseball game,
We'll be back after this.
it's time to get checked. An enlarged prostate or BPH could be the cause, and Kansas City Urology Care is here to help. Fast answers, trusted care. Don't wait. Come see Kansas City's largest, most experienced, and most advanced urology team. Visit kcuc.com today. At KCUC, you see the best in KC.
It's been over 2 years since Bobby Carpenter had regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. He needed relief from knee pain, but he wanted to avoid surgery.
I thought I might have to have my knee scoped, had some injuries, some lingering pain from stuff that I had been dealing with from years of playing professional football, and things had kind of flared up again. I started talking to a friend of mine who's orthopedic, and he's like, well, try to avoid surgery if you can.
And you absolutely can avoid surgery. QC Kinetics provides patients with state-of-the-art regenerative treatments, orthobiologics from your own body that help heal and restore damaged, aching joints. And we'll let Bobby tell you about that.
It was all of a sudden that one day, a couple months later, I was, let's go jog, let's try to see what I could do. And the more I did, I was pain-free with it, and it was actually a pretty remarkable process.
Before going under the knife, see if you're a candidate for non-surgical joint pain treatments at QC Kinetics. Call them today.
Call QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
Brought to you by Climate Control Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Visit ClimateControlKC.com. Climate Control has been serving KC homeowners for over 35 years and know how to get your cooling system ready to handle the scorching hot summer. Schedule your AC system tune-up for just $59. Don't wait. Visit ClimateControlKC.com today. Climate Control Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Have you watched Die Royal Decree? How about Chiefs Take Tuesday? Or would you rather Wednesday? Follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for exclusive video content, giveaways, and behind-the-scenes action. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Let's go to the phone lines right now to be joined by a good friend of mine. He works for Yahoo Sports. He covers combat sports. Today was the passing of Hulk Hogan. Kel, how you doing today, my man?
Doing well. It was a busy morning, man, and one that, deserves some nuance. It was something I wasn't expecting to do when I woke up, but thankfully I was able to sit down and pen a really good article for Yahoo Sports on Hulk Hogan and the legacy as everyone else was celebrating. It was some stuff to talk about.
So let's talk about the wrestling side of it, and we'll definitely transition to the out of the ring, because I think these two things are very important when discussing Hulk Hogan. I led the show with this. I don't think you can undersell Hulk Hogan as a pop culture icon and a figure. He is the most important person in wrestling in the 1980s. He is a fixture of American pop culture. Wrestling is not the billion-dollar business that it is today, if not for Hulk Hogan. He's one of the most important people of the 1980s in America.
Easily, and not in pro wrestling, right? Like in the 80s, Hulk Hogan and early 90s, Hulk Hogan is pop culture, right? It's one of the things where everyone today is feeling this sadness, or they're remembering stories because people were in front of their TVs, they were with their parents or grandparents, and they were watching Hulk Hogan. They were watching the WWF at the time. They remember these moments. They were taking their vitamins and saying their prayers. They were little Hulkamaniacs. They were ripping their shirts a lot of times without cutting it first. And, trying to be Hulk Hogan. He was that much of American culture. The same way people remember like an Elvis, or people remember these fixtures in American culture. Hulk Hogan was one of those people. He brought pro wrestling to the mainstream and then transcended pro wrestling. There's no The Rock, there's no John Cena, there's no those people as movie stars if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan doing it first. Rocky III and everything, and Mr. T coming to wrestling to wrestle and build WrestleMania on the back of Hulk Hogan. You don't get those things without him. And I think that's easy to say. Like, you can't erase that from history. He was the catalyst. He was Vince McMahon's catalyst to the mainstream. Vince can't do that without Hulk Hogan.
Kel, what do you think it was that kind of gravitated people towards Hulk Hogan during this time? Like, I'm an Attitude Era wrestling fan. Like, Stone Cold was like the anti-hero. The Rock was just really funny and great when it came to promos and on the mic. What do you think it was about Hulk Hogan that made him the fixture in the 80s?
He was, and Vince McMahon, again, built this, and Vince McMahon's a different conversation as well. That's very similar, right? Like, but he built this character as being a superhero. At the time, there was a lot of xenophobia and America versus Russia, and we get movies like Rocky and all this. Like, it was something built up. It was Hulk Hogan versus Iron Sheik, which is the Middle East, and he personified America, and that was always the push. It was always the flag. It was the blonde hair. It was the guy you see on Venice Beach, the muscular guy. He was the answer to Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? He didn't have that accent, though. He wasn't foreign. He was the American-born, for better word, like he was the Great White Hope, right? It was Hulk Hogan. He was saying all the right things. He was someone kids could look up to. And it was the first time in pro wrestling, really at that large of a scale, where you realize someone could be so good that older people root against them. We've seen in our day like John Cena and everything, but it was so good and so corny that 40-year-olds were rooting for Macho Man Randy Savage. They were rooting for Roddy Piper. People were rooting for Iron Sheik at a point, like, Sergeant Slaughter. They were rooting for people to beat Hulk because he was so cheesy. But us as kids and people who were younger, and we didn't hear any of that. He was the superhero. We were rooting for him. And you caught both sides. It transcended being a heel and a baby face. The character invoked emotion no matter what. And that's what made Hulk Hogan so great. And Stone Cold on the heels of that. We remember Stone Cold Steve Austin, but for much of it, he's a guy beating up his boss. Like in the beginning, people disliked him. People disliked what he did to Jake the Snake Roberts and all this stuff. But then for the younger people, he was cool. For the older people, they were supposed to boo him. And they never blurred that line until like the very end. Like the line was always, we want him to be really cool and loved by the young people, but do dastardly things and hated by a certain amount of people as well. And that's where you take from that Hulk Hogan character. You could be a baby face and a heel all at once. You just got to be so obnoxious with it. And John Cena copied that whole thing, and we've seen how great Cena's been with it. And Hulk Hogan really pioneered what pro wrestling would be the next 30 years.
Right now, we're talking to Kel Dansby about Hulk Hogan. We'll get to the other side of Hulk Hogan coming up in just a bit. Last thing here, and I do think we have to make the transition. I mean, I think people our age understand this. You got to be really, really popular for them to make a Saturday morning cartoon about you. Hulk Hogan had a cartoon about him that aired on CBS on Saturday mornings. And before we get to the off the field, out of the ring stuff, I kind of feel like Hulk Hogan had a trash finishing move. Like, that's not a good finishing move.
No, it's not a good finishing move.
It's bad.
No, that was also part of it, right? Like, Hulk Hogan, don't get it twisted. He could wrestle. What we saw in the WWF at the time wasn't like peak Hulk Hogan in the ring. He had a couple injuries. He decided to work that style. He understood less is more, and that's still a mindset WWE has today. It's the dumbed-down version of pro wrestling. Hulk Hogan went to Japan, in All Japan, New Japan, all this. Hulk Hogan could wrestle. Like, over there, he had matches, right? So he could go when he wanted to. But he didn't have to. The character superseded everything. The leg drop was something you can do to anyone, right? The big boot was something you can do to anyone. So when his back got a little hurt and all this stuff, you didn't want to power slam everyone. You didn't want to hold. He used to do a press where you held the guy over his head, right? Like, you don't want to do that to everyone. You're not doing that to Andre the Giant on a night-by-night basis. So he found something that worked and really elongated his career. Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea, was born in 1953. Now we're looking at someone in 1988. Like, we're remembering 88, 90, 91. This guy is already 38 years old. That cartoon came out, Hulk Hogan was 40. So it's not like we're watching wrestlers or peak athletes today who hit their prime 25, 30. Roman Reigns hit his prime 30, 31. John Cena, 30, 31. Randy Orton's been around since he was 23. Brock Lesnar, youngest champion ever, was 22 years old. Hulk Hogan was 40 when it really hit, like the zenith, 33 through 40, right? And then he had the NWO. He was 45, 46 years old. Hulk Hogan's always been an older guy. You find me a toy of Hulk Hogan where he's not bald already in the front, right? Like, he wasn't young. So the moveset had to follow that. And really, he was still dropping that leg drop. Him versus The Rock or like WrestleMania 20-something, right? Like, it's a moveset that was easy. He could do to anyone, elongated his career. And it was smart. It was genius. He didn't have to be the best technical wrestler. He didn't have to do stuff to wow people. It was simple. And the simplicity is what made it gold.
Right now, we're talking to Kel Dansby, who covers combat sports for Yahoo, talking about Hulk Hogan. It's now time to talk about the other side of Hulk Hogan. I led the show with this as well. I think as we are getting older, we are starting to see a lot of the people that we grew up with and had this affinity towards, you are having to celebrate like the man from the art. I love Kanye West. It's been really hard to love Kanye West over the last 5 years. Maybe you really love Puff Daddy. He has been in the news for his issues. The Cosby Show. My grandmother, that's her favorite television show. We now know a lot about Bill Cosby. The exact same thing with Hulk Hogan. Like, I think it's impossible to tell the Hulk Hogan story and not tell the complete version of it. That he has all of those things that you just mentioned. He might be the most popular wrestler of all time. He is a staple of 80s pop culture in this country. It's also pretty widely known that he does not like black people.
At all. Well, unless you're 6'8" or $100 million black person, right? Like, 2015 changed a lot. In 2015, leaked audio came out from a sex tape that was leaked of him. Please don't search this. But the audio after said tape, like, they catch him just speaking openly about his daughter dating a black man, and you can find the transcripts online. Drops the N-word at least 6 times and says, well, if she has to date a guy like that, I wish he was one of these tall basketball player, $100 million men. Like, that I can at least stomach. And I'm paraphrasing, but it's ridiculous, right? Like, those were his honest-to-God feelings. He then came out and said, well, I was caught and someone taped me without my knowledge, and how could they? He issued an apology, allegedly, to the WWE locker room, which wasn't an apology, which was, hey, make sure you don't get caught on tape. the world is changing. You never know what you can say and how it could come back to hurt you. He wasn't necessarily remorseful. He just wanted people to forget that he was caught in an honest moment when people weren't listening or supposed to be recording, and his true feelings came out. And much like the topic of racism is, especially in our country, a lot of people are like, well, he can't be racist. He has this black friend. Or look, he helped this black wrestler. It's like, yeah, racists often do. You have to intermingle with people sometimes that aren't within like your same race. It's just the nature of this country. That doesn't mean that you're not racist. And in that quote, he said, well, I'm racist to a degree. Like he called himself a racist, right? Like he was well aware, and he was a grown man by 2007. He's 61 years old when he said these things. He was well aware of what happened and what he was saying. So Hulk Hogan, without apologizing, he never clearly came out and said, yes, I said these things. Yes, I'm sorry I hurt these people. Yes, that was wrong. I apologize to all the fans that I've alienated. Because by this time, he told a generation of us, whether you are black, whether you're a minority, whether you're just someone who understands right from wrong, told a generation, take your vitamins, do your prayers, exercise. As stupid as it sounds, a lot of us as kids took that to heart. Like we did. Our parents could tell us that. And we're like, no. But Hulk Hogan tells us that. And we're like, yes, I will. And it burst that bubble for a lot of fans. And his most recent WWE appearance in January, he was booed out of the Intuit Dome in L.A. because people remember this. People don't forget. As much as he's done for sports, that doesn't make him a person that's forever great. As much as you can do, as fast as you become a superstar, is as fast as it can be torn down. So I don't think his legacy protects him, even in death, from what he's done as a human being. Terry Bollea, there's a lot of people today not celebrating the life of Terry Bollea, the man. A lot of people have had things, whether it was the racist remarks or how he does business, for whatever reason, are not celebrating Terry Bollea, the man. And it's just hard to then, like you said, separate art from artist. Do you celebrate Hulk Hogan, the character? Because at its core, WWE is characters. This is a gimmick. Do you celebrate that? Because the man wasn't that guy. He was very different.
Kel, I'll get you out of here with this. How I've kind of separated it with Kanye is I just listened to everything before the life of Pablo, and then after that, when he started taking the turn, I just refused to listen to it. Like I've separated like that in my own mind. I just think we have to do that with some people. Where I was just listening to Puff Daddy a couple of days ago, and I'm like, God, I don't think he's a good person at all. But I just can't listen to this music ever again. Like I just think as we're getting older, we have to just make more and more of these decisions as we find out more about the personal lives of these people.
That's fair. Like I will watch a Hulk Hogan match, right? Like he's part of the WWE, WWF. That is fair. You can listen to an album if you want. Some stuff is a little cringy, right? Like I can't listen to R. Kelly anymore. The reasons he is in trouble is way too close to the source material. It makes it feel icky. Like I can't do it. But like Hulk Hogan, if you want to still watch Hulk Hogan matches, that is fine. It comes down to, at the end, God forbid, hopefully Kanye, I don't wish death on nobody. Hopefully Kanye's here for a while. But if he passed, and when he passes, because we all do, will you omit everything after the life of Pablo? Or will you take it into account? And to me, that counts. What you hurt is your legacy. People pour all these hours and time, and people think it's so they could be rich. Money comes and goes. Everyone is vain, right? Like everyone knows we have a finite time on this earth. You want your name to last through history. You want to be known as the greatest musician, the greatest entertainer. Hulk Hogan, deep down, was doing this to become the greatest pro wrestler of all time. He could have done that. That's gone now. He's not The Rock. He's not Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's not Bret Hart. He's not Shawn Michaels. But, like, at a big level, crossover mainstream stars, he's not them. Because on wax, they're not racist. I don't know them personally. But he crushed his legacy. And that is now part of his legacy. And that's something that has to be a black stain on his legacy forever.
That is my guy, Kel Dansby, joining us on the show. He covers combat sports for Yahoo Sports. And today, Hulk Hogan passed away. Kel, man, it's always great talking to you, man. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely. That's my guy, Kel Dansby, joining us on the show today, talking about Hulk Hogan. Someone just texted in, I hope on the day you guys pass, there's somebody that goes on a podcast and talks about every bad thing that you've ever done in your life and throws it all out of the window ledge so everybody can see all the bad stuff that you've ever done on the day that you died. I think what, at least for me, when it comes to Hulk Hogan, I can only speak for me. The way that you atone for those things and the way that you apologize for those things and try to change really matters to me. We have seen a lot of people make mistakes in their life and accused of really, really bad things. How do you answer to it? How do you respond from it? How do you kind of move on? And I think it is impossible to separate this part when it comes from Hulk Hogan. The group of people who are supposed to love and accept him through everything. I understand that it's different, but like, what would Patrick Mahomes have to do for you guys to turn on Patrick Mahomes? What would Travis Kelce have to do for you to turn on Travis Kelce? Like, what would have to happen for Patrick Mahomes to come back to Arrowhead or wherever the next stadium is going to be and for everybody to boo him in that moment? The last public appearance for Hulk Hogan, he is at the first WWE event as they have made the switch to Netflix. They were on USA for basically our entire life. They're now moving over to Netflix. They want to have a big show. This is a big deal. Like, this is a really big deal. Hulk Hogan goes out there in front of a sold-out wrestling crowd and gets booed by his people. It was almost like they kicked him out of the group. They kicked him out of the herd. That was the last time that we saw him. That was in January. We haven't seen him again. So I do think that part of, like, I just think with him, it's impossible to not tell both of those things. Yes, we all have done things. Yes, we all got skeletons in our closet. I completely understand. I think at least when it comes to Hulk Hogan, like, you were kind of given every chance to kind of turn things around, and you just got deeper and deeper and deeper into it. And on a day in which you should be celebrated and the history of your sport and this thing that you helped build up should be celebrated, the people that are your biggest fans, your P1s, your core, they have all turned their back on you. So that really, really stands out to me when it comes to Hulk Hogan. And that's why I think we are just reaching the point. And I think we've had to do this with a lot of different people. Maybe that person for you is not Hulk Hogan. Maybe there's a different person. Like, that person for me was Kevin Spacey. Like, Kevin Spacey at a time was my favorite actor. I love Kevin Spacey. And then one day you woke up and, like, I don't think I can like Kevin Spacey anymore. He's sick. I just think we've all had that person. And I'm saying is somebody's Kevin Spacey died today. Somebody's Kanye West died today. Somebody's really important figure, person they really liked, big fan of, that did all of these things that they really liked when they were coming up or a kid, that person passed away today. So I don't think you can tell only half of the Hulk Hogan story. I don't think you can only tell the racism part of the story, because I think his life, like most of ours, was just much more complicated than that. You have to tell the fact that he was maybe the most popular athlete of the 80s, certainly in the conversation, a most popular athlete of the 80s. And I think you also have to tell how the 90s, 2000s, and beyond goes for Hulk Hogan.
I think as time goes on, I think these sort of things will continue to pop up. I also think the modern era, I think people are more, I don't want to say PR or media savvy or what have you, but what's that old saying, never meet your heroes? Like, I have very little doubt that Hulk Hogan had the same poor ideological beliefs in 1989 that he had in 2009 when that audio leaked. I'm betting it was the same. I don't think he one day was like, you know what, I'm going to do a big 180. And if that audio never leaks, fans never know, and he does go down as the guy who, you know, power bombed the Andre the Giant, and he always did the U, and he got people to do the leg drop, and he came into I'm a Real American. He was all those things. But then you find out about him, the person, and it creates a very complicated legacy. And I think one thing we're learning about people from the 80s and 90s, and not all people, is when that veil of what we thought of them disappears and we learn more about them, we sometimes cringe or feel a shiver like, ooh, something's wrong. And I'm not saying it will never happen again with a modern athlete, but I think people who do athletics and things of that nature in this timeline are much more cognizant of that because of the, I don't want to say, mistakes of a Hulk Hogan or whoever have you. But the whole story has to be told. It's the guy who made wrestling the thing it is today, the person that made Vince McMahon millions and billions of dollars, also was an open racist at times.
Someone on the text line asked this question, text line 913-586-7965. Didn't he say some really messed up stuff about his son friend that got killed in a car accident? Yes, he did. I will pull up the comment for you because I want to read it to you so I don't read it incorrectly. Now I can't find it, so I'll do that coming up in a bit. I had it, then I lost it. I'll get it back on the other side. All right, coming up, we'll continue our NFL over-unders. We're about halfway done with that. We'll also talk about Isaiah Pacheco, who says he has a goal. He wants to run for 1,000 yards this season. Is that even possible? We'll talk about it. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Call Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. Our iconic blue trucks and expert team get it right the first time. Award-winning full-service lawn care and pest control since 1985. Call today for a free estimate. Visit aspenlawn.com. The world's coming to Kansas City in 2026. Is your parking lot ready? Faded lines, potholes, unsafe sidewalks? Gann Asphalt and Concrete is your winning team. One contractor, all things parking lot. Visit GannAsphalt.com today.
Go Yard all baseball season long with Underdog's Champions Game. Join the millions who have already won billions making plays on Underdog and be next to join one of the leading places to make all your sports selections you can play in your state. To play, all you have to do is download the app. Choose whether you think a player will go higher or lower than their favorite stats, home runs, strikeouts, total bases, and so much more. Once your entry feels good, you can play with as little as $1, and if you get everything right, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. That's right. If you bet $1, you could get up to 1,000 times your money, so you really could turn $1 into $1,000 with your baseball knowledge. Download the Underdog app. Sign up using that promo code TAPP, T-A-P-P, to unlock a special offer for up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. That's promo code TAPP, T-A-P-P. Must be 18 plus and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See UnderdogFantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Final days. Diamonds Direct Summer Showcase ends this Sunday, but there's still time to make it unforgettable. Get an extra 20% off almost everything. Engagement rings, wedding bands, earrings, gold jewelry, tennis bracelets, and stunning fashion jewelry. Plus, this weekend only, top designers from New York and LA are live in store with exclusive collections you can't find anywhere else. The sparkle, the savings, the moment. Don't miss it. Only through Sunday, only at Diamonds Direct. Appointments are filling fast. Get details at diamondsdirect.com.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Heartland Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone, now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone, now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
All right, Takis fans. Wendy's knows you love your Takis Fuego chips. So we thought, why not make a Takis Fuego meal with a Takis Fuego chicken sandwich with spicy chicken topped with crushed Takis Fuego chips and creamy corn spread. Plus, it comes with Fuego fries inspired by Takis and a bag of Takis Fuego chips. If we had any more heat, we might start an actual... I told him this would happen. For an intense new take on Takis chips, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Includes 1 ounce Takis Fuego chips while supplies last. Takis and Fuego trademarks are used under license.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Good evening, many dealing with rain, so please take your time and stay safe. We've got a wreck near Overland Park, 35 northbound just past 435, the right lane blocked. 4-car crash, 70 westbound just before Blue Ridge, the right lane blocked. From the Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Electric Traffic Center on Val 96.5 The Fan.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. You're listening to The Drive with Carrington Harrison on 96.5 The Fan and the Odyssey app.
We are continuing to go through the over-under of every team in the National Football League. We have done the teams that over-under is 6.5 and less. If you cheer for one of these teams, are you even excited that football's coming up? Like, if you cheer for the Jets, are you even excited that football's around the corner? I mean, first couple days of practice, somebody stepped on your quarterback's foot. Like, if that's not a sign of how this season's going to go, I don't know what to tell you. It's probably not going to be that fun for you if you cheer for the Jets. If you cheer for the Browns, I mean, aren't you just basically waiting until week 7, week 8 to see who starts, if it's going to be Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders? I'm guessing the first early part of the season ain't really going to be that fun for you. So we've done 6.5. We've also done 7.5. It is time to move on down the line, and let's get to 8.5 and all the teams that have that as their over-under. Rob, hit me. These are the 6 teams that have an over-under of 8.5. The Cardinals, Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, Patriots, and Steelers. What have the Patriots done to get an over-under of 8.5? This is like a really high number for them, but I know the people are very high on the Patriots. All right, same question. I will give you one team that you are certain is going to hit their over. They are an absolute stone cold lock. Who are you taking?
You know, it's funny you mentioned the Patriots because that's who I am taking with my stone cold lock.
Everybody likes them. Goodness gracious.
I feel like the coaching jump from Gerard Mayo to Mike Vrabel is really of note here. Mike Vrabel, I know it's forgotten in history, especially in Kansas City, had a team in the AFC title game with Ryan Tannehill. He also was at one point the 1 seed in the AFC. Yes, the Tennessee Titans were the 1 seed in the AFC with Ryan Tannehill. Now, they lose to the Bengals and Joe Burrow, so it's forgotten to history. But Mike Vrabel had Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, and a ragtag group as one of the better teams in the AFC. That guy can coach football. Drake May appeared to be a guy you can win football games with. They upgraded their line. They upgraded their weapons. They upgraded their defense. And the massive upgrade of coaching in a division that I think is, outside of the Bills, pretty weak. Like, you could go 4-2 in those games against in those games with both losses being the Bills. That could happen easy. The Jets, you just made fun of them. The Dolphins feel like they're in regression. The Patriots feel like they are primed for that, what the Broncos did last year. 9-8, 10-7, playoff first round loss. They are my lock to be the over of 8.5.
I can't believe that's the team you pick when the right answer was standing there right in front of you. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. The obvious over. We got Tomlin, so we have the doesn't finish under 500. I also think their schedule allows them the opportunity to get off to a decent start. Their first 4 games of the season, Jets, Seahawks, your Patriots, and the Minnesota Vikings on a neutral site. I can see Pittsburgh starting 3-1 in that stretch. You then come off the bye week. You got a home game against Cleveland. You got Indianapolis on this schedule. You got Miami on the schedule I'm not super high on. Sign me up for 9 wins for the Pittsburgh Steelers at a minimum. I think the Steelers have a good roster. I was listening to a podcast, and Albert Breer said this. The Jets were asking Aaron Rodgers to be a bunch of different things. That's not what Pittsburgh's asking him to do. They're asking him to come in and be a quarterback. We've got a good run game. We got a good offensive line. We got weapons around you with DK Metcalf. We're going to have one of the 5 best defenses in the league. Just come in here and be a productive player. I think that floor at least gets you to 9. I'll take the over-under on the Pittsburgh Steelers. You can get them right now at 8.5. So that's the positive side. That's the lock for the over. Give me the under. The 6 teams, Arizona, Chicago, Miami, Minnesota, New England, and Pittsburgh. Give me your lock for the unders.
Miami. Miami feels like a team that's going to blow it up in about, 5 months from now? 6 months from now? Their coach, who I think is a great coordinator in the NFL because he knows how to coach offense. He, as time goes on, is showing more and more. I don't think he's a good head coach. They have all the ingredients for Tyreek Hill to blow up, which he's kind of been starting to do this offseason, but hasn't fully done. Tua's health is always a question mark, and the talent on that roster is not the same as was when Mike McDaniel took over. Like, Jalen Ramsey's now gone. I saw Artie Burns now is out for the season. Like, they are not the same roster they were when he took over. It feels like they've been slowly backsliding, and there's too many personalities there. It feels like an implosion is coming, and this is the year that happens. So I will go under on the Dolphins number.
I'm going to throw this out as just an idea. I'm going to throw Arizona out. What if this is Kyler Murray's last year in Arizona? They kind of feel like an organization that's kind of stuck a little bit in between. Like they've got a decent quarterback, but it kind of feels like they're running in place, like they're a little bit trapped in the mud. What if Kyler Murray's available at the end of this season? What if Arizona just simply says, well, let's get out while we still can? His value's still relatively high. We're coming up on the end of the contract. Like, what if that ends up being the move for them? Just something to throw out there. What if the Cardinals are ready to move on from Kyler Murray? I'm going to take the under for the Cardinals. I don't really feel super strong about the under for any of these teams. I think the under for Minnesota, that's just such a big walk back to be with the team they were last year to now be a 7-6 win team. So, yeah, give me the Cardinals or, honestly, give me the Patriots just because everybody is so high on the Patriots. Maybe the Patriots are better, but in this, they could win 8 games, which would be double what they won last year, and you would still cash your bet as the under. I think the Patriots are going to be better, certainly. Don't get me wrong, but now we've got them. I mean, to me, if you've got the Patriots hitting the over, then you have to have the Patriots making the postseason this year. Like, you can't.
Which I do, by the way.
Yeah, you can't be, I guess they could win 9 games, but you know what I mean? Like, if you feel confident that they're taking that much of a jump, you might as well jump all in the pool, and you might as well take them to make the postseason. So I'll throw that conversation out there for Kyler Murray. I'll take the under for them. So I got the over for the Steelers. I've got the under for Arizona, but I actually think the under for the Pats is probably the right answer. I just think it's juiced up too high. If it was 7.5, sure, but 8.5, I don't know if I'm at that point.
I came really close to taking the Vikings, by the way. They're the Spider-Man meme. 6-1 and after another for another team. I think it's a pretty safe lock to be the over.
Let me play this cut for you. So Colin Cowherd was on his podcast, and he believes that there's only 5 teams that can win the Super Bowl. Here's his 5.
I think there's only 5 teams that can win the Super Bowl next year. Going into the season, Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore. They've just got better players, better coaches. I think we both think Denver and the Chargers are interesting, but Bo Nix hoisting a trophy seems rare. We know Philadelphia is really, really good, and McVay and the Rams will be there. And then there'll be a couple of really interesting teams. I don't think Brock Purdy now with an older team and a shaky O-line works. But I've been arguing this for years. Picking division winners in the NFL, 6 of 8, is not that difficult.
Did I miss the other team? I got Philadelphia. Who was the other NFC team that he said? The Rams. The Rams was the other team. Okay, cool. I just wanted to write that down. I was writing it down. I was like, wait, did I miss it? I certainly don't disagree in the AFC. I mean, I'd be surprised if somebody outside of that big 3 went to the Super Bowl this year. I would say the only team that I even think can get up to that point would be if Cincinnati figures some things out. Like, does Cincinnati improve offensive and defensive line? But I'd be stunned if Houston went to the Super Bowl. I'd be stunned if the Chargers went to the Super Bowl. I'd be stunned if Pittsburgh, some of those teams that people would deem as tier 2 teams. I think the Broncos can be a playoff team. They'd have to take a pretty big jump for me to consider them to be a Super Bowl contending team. So until proven otherwise, it's that big 3 group of teams. It's the big 3 at quarterback, and then it's the big 3 when it comes to those teams. Yeah, I see the NFC as just much more wide open than this. Like, a healthy Lions team can win the Super Bowl this year. If you believe in Jaden Daniels, Washington can win the Super Bowl this year. I think it's probably 7 teams, I would say, maybe 8. The AFC feels pretty locked in. The NFC, I mean, I think the Eagles are a very good team. The Eagles 2 years ago, lost in the first round of the playoffs to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, the Eagles, a lot of their success is predicated on Saquon Barkley being a 2,000-yard rusher. He plays running back. What if Saquon gets hurt? I saw him do that plenty of times with the New York Giants. So the Eagles are obviously good. They're the best team in the NFL, best roster. They deserve, they have the crown. To me, this sounds a little bit like the Eagles or the field, and I would just very happily take the field if that's what you're offering me in the NFC. Let's keep this conversation going. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll get back to our over-unders and the top stories of the day. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your new home for K-State Athletics, 96.5. The Fan, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
It's funny how one little light can stall out your entire day. I was already running behind, and now this, the check engine light. So I reached out to my go-to problem solver. Dad, check engine light. What do? He didn't miss a beat. Take it to Telly, he said. So I did. When I got there, they didn't just fix my car. They fixed my day. They were quick, clear, and took care of everything. Next time my car glitches out, I'm heading for Telly. Don't let that little light be game over. Take it to Telly.
Hot damn! Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. The hard iced tea taste you know and love, but with an 8% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and brings your daytime drinking to the next level. Just look for the bright yellow cans in the cooler and get ready to dial up the fun. Big flavor, extreme kick. Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted!
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Transform your home with the power of KC. Powell Exteriors KC. Powell Exteriors KC will create the perfect custom deck or patio cover to keep you cool, comfortable, and loving life outside. Get your free estimate now, and you could be enjoying your new deck or patio in a matter of weeks. Siding, windows, roofing, they do it all. This time of year, it's all about decks, cover, and shade. Go to PowellExteriorsKC.com to schedule your free estimate today. It's the power of KC. Powell Exteriors KC, Kansas City's exterior exterior experts. Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
The new Omaha Steak Store is now open at the Fountains in Overland Park. Stop in to save 50% off store-wide, plus get doorbuster deals. And join us July 26th for prizes, free samples, and the Chiefs cheerleaders with Casey Wolf from 1 till 3 p.m.
Hear that? That's the sound of a perfect weekend. But you've got weeds. Thankfully, you've also got a secret weapon, Spruce. The new, hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in 1 day. So you can get back to doing what you love. Try Spruce. Wherever weed killers are sold.
When it comes to back-to-school shopping at Target, you can choose not to choose. From getting what you need to expressing who you are. With prices that make every choice feel right, why not choose all of the above? From backpacks, bedazzled kicks, and picture day perfect styles as bold as they are. For bring your own lunch days to science project partner days, snack stash days, decorate your locker days, and paint outside the line days. All at prices that will definitely make your day. For all of the above, it's back to school at Target.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone, now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
All right, Takis fans. Wendy's knows you love your Takis Fuego chips, so we thought, why not make a Takis Fuego meal with a Takis Fuego chicken sandwich with spicy chicken topped with crushed Takis Fuego chips and creamy corn spread. Plus, it comes with Fuego fries inspired by Takis and a bag of Takis Fuego chips. If we had any more heat, we might start an actual... I told him this would happen. For an intense new take on Takis chips, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Includes 1 ounce Takis Fuego chips while supplies last. Takis and Fuego trademarks are used under license.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for, client portrayal, and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500.
Mike's got this.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by DM Injury Law. We've still got that crash downtown. It is 70 eastbound at Prospect. The center lane is blocked. Overland Park, another stall. 35 northbound just past 435. The right lane blocked. From the Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Electric Traffic Center, I'm Val, 96.5 The Fan.
This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
All right, we're going to get back to very serious sports things coming up in just a bit, but we need to play a very, very important game. Now, Rob doesn't know the rules to this game, but I assure you that it's going to be a fun game. Earlier today, there was a man who was arrested at Chuck E. Cheese. This person was working at the Chuck E. Cheese. He was the mascot. What this person did was he stole credit cards from Chuck E. Cheese. You know, people go there, swipe for the tokens and the pizza, and he stole about $100 worth of things. They then found this individual. They traced him back to his job where he took this person's credit card information. They arrested him in the costume. I'm not joking. You can Google this. The police walked into Chuck E. Cheese and arrested this man while on the clock, dressed up as Charles E. Cheese. That's a bad way to go out, man. That is a bad way to go out. So I've decided that we're going to play a very simple little game. We'll move on. This game doesn't have to take a lot of time. But, Rob, I do need some music. We're going to play a very simple game. Guess where this happened. Man steals credit card information from Chuck E. Cheese. He racks up not hundreds of dollars. He racks up $100 in charges from credit card that he stole from Chuck Cheese. He works there. He's the mascot. Rob, where do you think this is? Now, multiple choice. You have St. Louis. You have Tallahassee, Atlanta, or Memphis. Where did this happen?
It would be foolish of me not to bet that a Florida man pulled this off, because that is very on brand for Florida man. So it's minus 125 on the board, but I can't go off the beaten path. I'm going to take the safe pick. I'm going to circle C, Tallahassee.
This story comes courtesy of the Tallahassee Democrat.
Always Florida. Always Florida.
Social media is abuzz as locals share pictures and video of renowned mouse Chuck E. Cheese being arrested by Tallahassee Police Department officers and being taken out of the restaurant as kids and families look on. The police spokesman said that the police were called to the parking lot of Chuck Cheese after a caller reported a stolen credit card. The victim met officers outside and said that they had a party at the pizza joint, and then afterwards they noticed $100 of fraudulent charges from cards to the places that she doesn't go to. They then traced it back to an employee in the Tallahassee area. They pull up and they arrested him. Can you imagine? You're in the middle of your kid's birthday party. Or you're at somebody else's kid's birthday party. And you're having a great time. You're out playing the game. You're playing Angry Birds. You're playing Pop-A-Shot. You're having a great time. Next thing you know, you see officers present. Hey, everything good, officer? You want some cake? You want a little? No, we're good. You, come with us. Turn around. Who are you talking to? You're talking to Chuck? You're talking to Charles E. Cheese? This is a story that only can happen in Florida. I tried to throw you off there. I tried to throw some comparable cities in there, but you didn't fall for it. Yes, this happened in Tallahassee. Listen to this. According to police reports, one officer, while grabbing the employee, even referred to him as the character himself. Charles E., come with me. This is hilarious. When they approached him, he immediately tenses up and resists. So at this point, they made the decision to put him in handcuffs, keeping in mind the safety of not only the customers, but of the suspect and also the officers. I'm telling you. You gotta feel like you hit rock bottom. They got you carried off in the Chuck E. Cheese mascot for stealing $100 worth of goods. You stole $100. What all did you buy? What'd you buy? You bought the new deluxe college football video game, and now you getting carried off from Chuck Cheese? I mean, good luck, man. So we don't know the actual suspect's name, but we do know that he goes by the alias of Chuck E. That's all we know. Good job by you, though. That was a good job. It's a really good job by you.
Florida.
No,
Florida's a safe bet.
That was a good job. I got to give you credit. It's a good job. It's a great job by you. I got to give you the credit. All right, let's get back to the Kansas City Chiefs. I want to play this for you. Isaiah Pacheco says that his goal is to rush for 1,000 yards this season.
A few years ago, you had a goal of being 1,000 yards. What are your goals coming into this season?
Same thing, 1,000 yards. Let's go get it.
Do you think that's a realistic goal for Isaiah Pacheco? Do you think Isaiah Pacheco can run for 1,000 yards this season?
Can he? Yes. He's been a 900-yard rusher, twice in his career?
Yeah, his career high is 935.
Yeah, he can clearly do it. And I believe one of the years he got to 900, I think they put him on ice at the end of the season.
Are they going to give him? I guess my question would be this. It's twofold. Is he going to get the carries? Is he going to stay healthy? You know, one thing that Isaiah Pacheco's never done, he's never gotten 17 starts in a season. He had 11, 13. Last year, he had 6. If you get 13 starts, I don't think you're running for 1,000 yards. This is a really big year for Isaiah Pacheco. I know you guys believe in that. Contract year undefeated. Word to my brother, Therese Paylor. This is Isaiah Pacheco's contract year. You have been a productive yet injured 7th-round running back. You know what the league does? They throw guys like you out of the league all the time. It's not a guarantee that Isaiah Pacheco gets 10 years in this league. Some guys get 6, 7, 8 years in this league. They're out. The league moves on. They find the next 20-something-year-old running back, especially when you run as hard as he does. He's coming up on 500 carries in the National Football League. He's been productive when given the opportunity. He's been very productive. This is a really big year for Isaiah Pacheco. It really is. I don't think he'll ever see big-time money because I just don't think he's that kind of running back, and that's a position that a lot of people have the feelings that you do about the position, Rob, that turn and burn. Like, I don't think that big money's coming. But could Isaiah Pacheco get 2 for 12 this upcoming season? Could somebody give him 2 for 12 and give him 8 guaranteed? Be a big win for a 7th-round pick. Be a huge win for Isaiah Pacheco. So this is a really big season for him. Stay healthy, be productive, catch the ball a little bit out of the backfield, account for 1,300, 1,400 yards in total yards from scrimmage. Let's say he runs for 1,000. He catches for 1,300. That's a really good, really productive season for Isaiah Pacheco if he can stay healthy. I certainly hope that he does. I think that fans kind of moved on a little bit too quickly from Isaiah Pacheco. He looks healthy to me in camp. I think he's going to have a big season, and I hope he does rush for 1,000 yards. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll get back to our over-unders that we've been doing and get you caught up to date with all the top stories today in the NFL. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison.
This man was a bona fide scrub.
On 96.5 The Fan, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by DM Injury Law. We've still got that crash downtown. It is 70 eastbound at Prospect. The center lane is blocked. Overland Park, another stall. 35 northbound just past 435. The right lane blocked. From the Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Electric Traffic Center, I'm Val, 96.5 The Fan.
Missouri sports fans, I got great news for you. Underdog is now available to play in your state, and you can go yard all baseball season long with Underdog's Champions Game. As we get ready to roll into the 4th of July holiday, the baseball action is heating up, and Underdog is a leading place to make all of your sports selections. To play, all you have to do is download the app and choose whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats. You can choose from things like home runs, total bases, and so much more. And once that entry feels good, you can play with as little as $1, and if you get everything right, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Maybe it's time for Vinny Pasquantino to start heating up, and you love the over on his total bases this weekend. Download the Underdog app and sign up with promo code Bob to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit with promo code Bob. Must be 18 and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See UnderdogFantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Need to sell your house in Kansas City but not sure where to start? Selling a home can feel overwhelming, especially if you're facing foreclosure, a divorce, an inherited property you don't want, or just need to move quickly. But you don't have to figure it out alone. Rex Buys KC is here to help. As a local home buyer, I understand the Kansas City market inside and out. My family and I live right here, so I know the neighborhoods, the trends, and the challenges homeowners face. That's why I take a consultative approach, helping you explore your options and find the best path forward. We buy houses in any condition, no need for repairs, no agent commissions, and no hidden fees. You'll receive a fair cash offer with a closing timeline that works for you. Whether that's in as little as 7 days or at your own pace, just a simple, hassle-free process designed around your needs. If you're ready to talk through your options, call me today at 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com. Let's find the right solution for you. Rex Buys KC. Local, fair, and focused on you.
Chiefs coverage on 96.5 The Fan is sponsored by Jersey Mike's Subs. Ready for game day? Score big with Jersey Mike's. Piled high, sliced fresh. It's a sub above for your football feast. Order yours today at jerseymikes.com or download the app. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Flooded bathroom? AC on the fritz?
When things go wrong, you need reliable service fast. Call Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter and take $50 off any HVAC, plumbing, or electrical repair over $200. The pros at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to fix the problem. Over 40 years experience, more than 8,000 five-star reviews, plus our exceptional service guarantee means you can trust Hamilton to bring comfort and calm back to your home. Visit callhamilton.com for details, terms, and conditions. License number 2025-11121.
Final days. Diamonds Direct Summer Showcase ends this Sunday, but there's still time to make it unforgettable. Get an extra 20% off almost everything. Engagement rings, wedding bands, earrings, gold jewelry, tennis bracelets, and stunning fashion jewelry. Plus, this weekend only, top designers from New York and LA are live in store with exclusive collections you can't find anywhere else. The sparkle, the savings, the moment. Don't miss it. Only through Sunday, only at Diamonds Direct. Appointments are filling fast. Get details at diamondsdirect.com.
Hey folks, I've got a couple of important questions for you. Do you know how much money you need to retire? Do you have a plan in place for your loved ones? If your answer is no, it's time to get your financial planning on track with UMB Private Wealth. It's never too late to start. Plus, their team supports you at every step of the planning process. Go to umb.com/private wealth to schedule your appointment. That's umb.com/private wealth. Why not start today?
It's summertime, and I love being outside, hanging out, doing all of those great outdoor activities. But if you have knee, hip, or shoulder pain and it's not getting any better, and you're stuck in a cycle of steroid shots, and now they're talking about surgery, slow down a minute. I may have the solution for you. Hey, it's Bob Fesco, and my friends at QC Kinetics are the leaders in regenerative medicine, using treatments like advanced cellular therapy and platelet-rich plasma, all designed to actually help your body heal itself. And the best part about it is there's no meds, there's no surgery. It's advanced cellular therapy. These aren't Band-Aids. We're not masking the pain. It goes right to the root of the problem. And the best part is you can get a free second opinion. A licensed medical provider will go over your x-rays or MRI and see if you're a good fit for these breakthrough treatments. And it doesn't cost anything. So call QC Kinetics today, 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. Saturday appointments available. It's QC Kinetics.
Chiefs coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door. RENNER, forward and back.
Almost Andy Reid here. Renner Garage Door has proudly served KC for nearly 70 years. Get your free estimate today. RENNER, forward and back.
RENNER, RENNER.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can watch every show, plus video clips and shorts, all right from your phone, desktop, or tablet. The Fan's YouTube channel at 965 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Congratulations on getting through your 9 to 5. Thank you so much for listening. It is The Drive. You were listening to The Drive on 965thefan.com. 96.5 The Fan website, YouTube, Twitch. I don't know where you're watching it, but I appreciate wherever you are watching it. We do have an update before we move forward. You guys remember that couple that got caught at the Coldplay concert? Well, neither one of them work there anymore. The CEO, he had to step down, and now the HR director, her name is Kristen Cabot, she has resigned after being caught on the kiss cam at the concert. I don't think I've ever been to a concert where they did a kiss cam. I mean, I've been to a show where, you know, the artist goes around, he says, hey, I see you with the white hat. Thanks for being here. Like, I've been to those kind of shows before. I ain't never been to a show where they just started doing the kiss cam. This seems very, very problematic. Maybe Coldplay is the problem. Maybe Chris Martin is the problem. Do you think these people can sue Coldplay? Can they sue them? This is emotional distress. You ruined my life. I didn't consent to being, I didn't want to be up here on the kiss cam. I just came to hear clocks. I didn't sign up for this. Sue them.
I don't think you can sue.
I don't know how, I know they can't sue, but it sounds good. People have definitely sued for less.
That's true.
At least you better try. This moment ruined my life. Think about this.
No. They ruined their own lives.
Think about this. You got no job, no boyfriend. If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. I feel bad for this woman. This woman, she was manipulated. This man's a billionaire. It's her boss. And he's like, hey, why don't we go see Coldplay together? She's like, I love Coldplay.
The head of HR, the person who writes the rules. Hey, if you're a boss, you can't date an employee. I wrote it in the handbook. And then Astronomer CEO was like, yo, you want to cuddle up during Fix You? And she was like, I got you. It's going to be paradise.
Yes, I'm saying the vibes. Sometimes the vibes. You've never just had the vibes catch you. You've never just been having a good time and then the vibes caught you. That's what happened. They got caught by the vibes. They didn't plan on that happening. That's why they got so embarrassed, because they got swept up in the moment. They heard Vita La Vida, and they just got all caught up. This ain't right, man. This ain't right what we did to these people. I'm telling you, it's not right. Hopefully their relationship is strong enough. He blocked her number immediately. No, I can't talk to you anymore. Come on now. I can't talk to you anymore. It's like, wait, you pay for my car. Well, you got to figure that out on your own. That's how that story ends. All right. We have been talking about a lot of different things today. Let me update you with what we've been talking about. We led the show with this today. I think Hulk Hogan's passing is the number one story in sports. I know some of you are going to argue, well, it's not a sport, it's fake. Okay, all right, that's fine. But they are athletes. What they do is athletic. What we talk about is athletic on this show. So we're talking about Hulk Hogan. I think if you ask a lot of people listening today, hey, when you were 8 years old, who was your favorite celebrity? I think they will tell you their answer is Hulk Hogan. I think it is impossible to deny Hulk Hogan's pop culture relevance and status in the 80s. They made a Saturday morning cartoon about Hulk Hogan. He might be the most popular wrestler of all time. He is certainly on that short list. If you make a Mount Rushmore of WWF/WWE superstars, Hulk Hogan is on that list. I just watched the XFL documentary a couple days ago. I just went back and I rewatched it. And they talk about, the rise of Vince McMahon. And they talk about, they did a show on NBC. It was called Saturday Night Main Events. They actually just brought the show back. Back in the 80s, 1 in every 3 televisions on Saturday night was tuned in to watch WWF wrestling. That's because of Hulk Hogan. That's because of the celebrity that he was. Hulk Hogan is one of the most important figures in pop culture history. It is undeniable, I think. Rocky III, cartoons, Hulkamania, there's no denying how big he is. The WWE is not the billion-dollar business that it is today without the popularity of Hulk Hogan. That is one side of the story. But I think why this matters to me, I think why it matters to so many other people is I believe as we are getting older, we are having to make decisions based on learning more about people from our childhood. I've told you guys before, I loved Kevin Spacey. I love Kevin Spacey's movies. I loved House of Cards. It was something that I look forward to every year. And then one day it was, nope, can't do that anymore. And you go through that. Man, I really like this guy. I love Kanye West music. One of the times I went viral in my life was me celebrating Kanye's music. It was really important to me as a teenager and as a young adult. I have a lot of great memories to listening to Kanye music. It's kind of hard to listen to it now. It's kind of hard to wrap your arms around this person who was so important in my adolescence to what he has become. Maybe that person for you was R. Kelly or Puff Daddy or Bill Cosby. Thinking about this more in the face of one of the main characters from The Cosby Show passing away earlier this week. The Cosby Show might be the most important sitcom ever. It honestly might be that. Bill Cosby at one point might have been the most famous African-American in the world. He might have been. He also is a sexual predator. That is not an opinion at this point. We know that's what he is. So if you think back to the show and how you used to watch it with your family and how these characters made you feel and how you took lessons from these shows, all of those things still matter. All of those things are still really important. But you also have to deal with the fact of your hero, your idol, somebody who was so important to your life has turned out to be a really bad person in their private life. And I think that's the conversation that a lot of people are having today with Hulk Hogan. I think a lot of people are just having mixed emotions and not knowing how to feel about Hulk Hogan with everything that we know about Hulk Hogan. And I get it. again, we all have that person, and we all are hypocrites in some way, and we all choose to look past this thing but like this thing. We were talking about this a couple of days ago when we did the playlist thing, and, well, why the Chiefs won't play this song? Well, if you don't play this song, how can you play this song? Why do you play this if you don't play this? Like, we all are moving the goalposts when it comes to these individuals. So I'm not here to pass any judgment. If you're a Hulk Hogan fan, I get it. Like, I completely get it. You grew up a wrestling fan. He was so important to you, and you loved Hulkamania. I understand it. But I think you also have to acknowledge and accept the other part, too, that the most recent public appearance for Hulk Hogan, he is at a WWE event. It is a celebration that they have gotten a massive deal from Netflix. They bring him out. We all see how this goes. Even if you don't watch wrestling, you know how it goes. I mean, I was just at WrestleMania. Stone Cold came out. Place went crazy. That's Stone Cold there. We're happy that you're here in front of your people, your community, the people that have grown up cheering for you, rooting for you. You got booed from the heavens by those people. And not just on like a, no, you've turned heel, like a, we don't accept you anymore. You're not a part of our group anymore. So I think today there just has to be some nuance for talking about the top story with Hulk Hogan. He is an incredibly important figure. He is one of the most popular people of the 80s. He is one of the most popular people in American pop culture. We also got a whole lot of stories about Hulk Hogan that are also coming out and people are sharing as well that I think it is very, very difficult to separate the two. And we're just having more of those instances as we get older. Like, this is not the last time this will happen. Like, Bill Cosby is going to pass away, and we're going to have this same conversation about Bill Cosby and other people. Like, it is impossible, I think, to not discuss the full totality of someone's life when they pass in this way.
It is a cliche in our industry, but it is a fact that he had a complicated legacy. And I kind of hate the term complicated legacy, but I can't think of a better way to describe people like Hulk Hogan. I'm too young to have really understood the impact that Hulkamania had, but the WWE today is a billion-dollar entity, and you could argue that is because Hulk Hogan's popularity. He picked up and slammed Andre the Giant. That was a massive deal to people in the 80s. I think he did that at Madison Square Garden. Like, it is a huge deal. He was a cultural icon. He's one of those people that even if you don't follow wrestling, you know what his like entrance song was because he's a huge, huge deal. But as much as he is a big deal and a Mount Rushmore, maybe WWE superstar, and the reason the WWE/WWF became the product and popularity and rise it is, it's also impossible to note that he had some very open problems with racism. He has the audio from his leaked tape where he is saying things about African-American men that is just bad. And that is not the only time. And then his defense of that, he goes and talks to the whole WWE locker room, and instead of saying, my bad, I need to do better, I shouldn't say these things, I shouldn't think these things, I need to improve, he goes to the WWE locker room, and you know what he says? Hey, be careful. People got cameras now, and they can catch you saying wild stuff. So just keep your head on a swivel. I'm sorry I got caught, is basically what he said. I'm paraphrasing. Like, that is also a part of his legacy, and to ignore it, I think, is unfair to the whole story. So I don't like the term complicated legacy, but I don't know there's a better way to describe a person like Hulk Hogan as he passed away earlier today.
Someone on the text line sent this in. C-Dot, what's the scandal with Hulk Hogan? I legitimately have no idea. I guess the first scandal with Hulk Hogan was a tape of him with a woman was leaked, and he was saying some wild stuff on there. His daughter was in a relationship with an African-American, and he was like, I don't really want her with those black people, but if she's at least going to be with one, at least pick one of the NBA ones. That's one of the issues. Another incident that happened, I'll read you a tweet directly from, his name is Sean Ross Sapp. He is with Fightful.com. He tweets out, Hulk Hogan wasn't just racist. He was so specifically and uniquely racist that after his son almost killed his friend in a car accident, one of Hulk Hogan's primary concerns was that he and his family would be reincarnated into a black family due to karma. This was caught on audio to the point that you just made, Rob. When he came back to WWE, he hit the roster with a be careful around the cameras as opposed to I'm sorry. I just think that there have been enough of those kinds of stories that have come together for Hulk Hogan, and people have just compiled all of those stories. And there are some people that just do not feel any sympathy today. Like, I'm reading the text line. Some people do, some people don't. I just think that's kind of where we are, at least when it comes to, again, one of the most important people when it comes to American pop culture. All right, Rob, hit the button. We'll get back to over-unders.
Your workday is over.
Oh, yeah.
You're headed home, and now you're stuck in traffic. Time to get caught up on the biggest stories in Kansas City and around the country with CDOT and Rob. It's time for the hits. Number 1.
Carrington and Lou with regular hits today. Let's get back to our regular over-under programming as we get to, I believe we're at 9.5 now for the AFC and the NFC.
Yeah, let's get to 9.5. All right, let's do, you know what? Let's do the AFC and NFC part of it. Let's do this. Let's do the AFC part. These 4 teams in the AFC have an over-under of 9.5. Bengals, Broncos, Texans, and Chargers. Bengals, Broncos, Texans, and Chargers. We'll switch this one up. Give me one bet here. You can take over for one of these teams. You can take an under for one of these teams. I'm going to give you a free $250 ticket on FanDuel. How are you going to play them?
That's tough. I think I'm going to take the over on Denver for the free money. I was torn between over Denver, under Cincinnati, because you know how I don't like noisy offseasons.
If you got over for the Broncos, you think they can win the division?
I think they can win the division. I don't think they will, but I think they are absolutely a threat to win the division in the AFC West. I think the Chiefs will eventually overcome them, but the way Cowherd and Sean Merriman and Jason McIntyre and others talking about the Chargers is how people should talk about the Broncos. I was wrong about Bo Nix. I will still get my old jokes off, but that's neither here nor there. I thought Bo Nix was whatever, and he turned out to be a good NFL quarterback with a coach who has won a Super Bowl. They were 9-8 last year. If you think Bo Nix is good, which is what I think about Bo Nix, they usually go from 9-8 to 10-7, 11-6. They take that next step. They become something bigger, something better. We saw a little half step back with the Texans last year with C.J. Stroud. I think the Broncos defense got better, and it was good last season. I think Bo Nix is going to be more comfortable in the system this year. I think they added some weapons, which will help out. And I think Sean Payton's a good football coach. And I know they got the one win over the Chiefs. If there's any team that has to think to themselves, hey, we actually were toe-to-toe with the Chiefs in both games, it's Denver. They're a blocked 30-something yard field goal away from coming into Arrowhead and winning. So I will take the over on Broncos. I was tempted on Bengals under, but I'll take the over for Denver and a 9.5.
I mean, you know which direction I'm going, right? Go ahead and say it. You know. I'm taking the over of the Chargers here at 9.5. I'm taking the over.
Can you explain the Chargers love to me? Their wide receivers are terrible.
Coach quarterback.
That's fair. That's fair. Although, wait, hold on. No, you're out on the quarterback.
I mean, I'm not
all
out.
All you've told me all summer is I'm out on Justin Herbert. I can play audio from days
I'm out.
and days of this.
I'm out. I'm out for him in January. He's really good in October. Yeah, I don't trust James Harden in the playoffs. I trust him in a random November basketball game. Harden might be the best player in the league in November. You got Najee Harris. I like Omarion Hampton. I think Ladd McConkey's going to have 1,000 yards receiving this year. I think their offensive line's fine. Their defense is good. They're well coached. So, yeah, if you're telling me out of this group, Bengals, Broncos, Texans, and Chargers, I mean, I guess the Texans feel like the right answer. They've won double-digit games these last couple of years. They're getting some guys back healthy. But, yeah, give me the Chargers. Give me the Chargers as either the 6th or the 7th seed in the AFC playoffs. I'll take the Chargers.
I mean, I get it with coach quarterback. I really do. I also don't get it with the Chargers. Did they get better this offseason? That's a legitimate question. Did the Chargers get better? I know everyone's about to tell me they added Najee Harris. Well, he has an eye injury, and he is first team all yards per carry is bad.
No, that's true. I can't argue that.
And outside of that, name the other place they improved. I can't really identify it. I guess health.
I mean, that matters. That's important. Health.
I mean,
health matters.
It's impossible for your health to get worse in the offseason. I've never heard of an offseason where it's like, man, the Chiefs got really hurt in the offseason.
I mean, obviously, it's not that hard because Najee Harris, when did he get hurt? He got hurt in the offseason. I mean, he ended the year with 2 eyes, and now he's Fetty Wap. So it is easy to get hurt in the offseason. Happens all the time. I'm taking the Chargers over 10.5. I'm taking them, or 9.5. I'm taking them to win 10 games and be the 7th wild card team. Let's move to the NFC. We've got a 4-pack. Packers, Rams, Bucks, Commanders. Those are the 4 NFC teams. Packers, Rams, Bucks, Commanders. Give me one play here. You can go over, you can go under for any one of these 4 teams. Where are you going?
Under in the Bucks. I think we're going to undersell how big of a deal it was that they lost their offensive coordinator. One of the reasons you could point to the resurgence of Baker Mayfield is in back-to-back years, the offensive coordinator of the Bucs got a head coaching job. Dave Canellis and Liam, I forget his last name. His name's Liam. He's the coach of the Jags.
Cohen,
thank you. He did the weird Duval thing. Those are 2 coaches that are now head coaches in the league, are considered really smart offensive minds. It is difficult to year after year after year after year replace offensive coordinator and just have perfection in the hiring process. And also, I know Baker's redemption arc is great, and I'm happy for Baker Mayfield. But let's be honest with Baker Mayfield. He's a 9th to 15th best quarterback in the NFL. And if you take away the cohesion they have at offensive coordinator, I think there's a chance for regression. So I will take the under on the Bucks. I'm also buying Falcon stock, so I can't buy Falcon stock and buy Buck stock. So give me the under here.
You know which direction I'm going.
Just, first off, it's offensive to this show because we love the song that you're about to do what you're about to do. But I know what's coming.
No, I'm not even thinking of going there. I'm taking the over for the Rams.
That's even worse.
Taking the over for the Rams.
I'm legitimately stunned you didn't take Commanders under.
I mean, I can. You want me to do that?
I've said
here, hold on. Turn the music down. Let me play the song. I'll play the song then, and I'll tell you exactly why I'm taking the under for the Commanders this year.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Commanders.
All right. I keep telling you guys this about the Commanders, and I get it. Maybe you believe me. Maybe you don't believe me. Maybe you don't care. I know what they accomplished. I was here. I saw it. They didn't beat anybody last year. We see this happen all the time. You know who they are? Last year, they were the Indiana Hoosiers. That's who they were. Indiana got the right schedule in the right year, and they made the college football playoff. And great, good for them. I'm not here to hate on what you accomplished last year. They won 12 games last year. These were the wins. Giants, Bengals, Arizona, Cleveland, Carolina, Chicago, the Giants again, the Titans, their first 8 wins. None of these teams made the postseason. Tennessee, New Orleans, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Dallas, out of their 12 wins, 1 of those games was against a team that made the playoffs last year, and that was a game in which their starting quarterback got hurt in the first quarter. Yes, they got hot in the postseason. They had a good run. I'm with you. I mean, I want to cheer for the Commanders. I really do. I mean, this has prime regression written all over it. Like it's staring us right in the face. I don't know how I'm the only one that sees it. I don't know. My grandma used to say, if it was a snake, it would have bit you. Like when you're like looking in the refrigerator for something, it's like right there in front of you. Like, I don't see it. Like this is right there. That's what Washington missing the postseason is. It's literally right in front of everybody. No one wants to see it. They won one game on a Hail Mary last year. Like everything that could possibly go right last year went right for the Commanders. Everything. Their quarterback was great. They stayed healthy last year. The schedule, everything broke their way. It's hard to do that 2 years in a row. So yeah, I'm fading the Commanders this year. It seems obvious to me to fade the Commanders this season.
I feel like, and we've had this conversation a bunch in the show, and that's fine. I feel like you continue to discount what they did in the postseason. Yes, they got to the postseason on a schedule that was doughy soft. I 100% agree with you. And you know what? We see this all the time in the league. The Dolphins, they just gobbled up on bad teams. You could argue last year's Royals did this. Usually those teams exit stage right pretty quick. What the Commanders do? They went on the road and they beat the Bucs. Okay? Hey, I told you 2 minutes ago I'm selling Bucs stock. That's fine. They went on the road and they thumped the Lions. They didn't just beat them. They didn't just eke them out.
No,
they
did.
walloped the Lions in Detroit.
They beat a Lions team that was clearly leaking oil at the middle of the season. Like, that's what they did. Our whole argument about the Commanders is that. And I'm not, hey, they won. I'm not here to, they were a good team last year. They won 12 games. They beat the Lions. Great. They won 12 games last year in the regular season, and one of them was against a good team. They ran through the bottom 10 teams in the National Football League. I think that team regresses. I think that team comes back to the pack a little bit. I really do. I think that team comes back to the pack.
Also, why can you not quit the Rams? What is it?
I don't know why would I quit them this year? What is there to quit with the Rams? I think they're better this year than they were last year. I'll tell you this much. The only team that really gave the Eagles a fight in the playoffs, what team was that?
That was true.
It wasn't the Chiefs.
They were the only
Chiefs
team
got their ass busted.
They were the only team to give the Eagles a fight.
Okay, well, that's important to note.
I do think it's important to note. I also think Matt Stafford is 39 now.
Yeah, well, he was 38 last year. He was old.
I didn't have the exact number. I mean,
is his wife still podcasting? Because I would maybe get her off of it.
I mean,
remember she was telling stories about it was a wild time. Please get off the podcast. You don't like the Rams this year? I don't know what there's to not like about them.
I think they're the same as last year. I think they're fine. I think they're playing a relatively easy division, but I don't think they're a Super Bowl threat.
I think the Rams could be the second best team in the NFC heading into the.
I mean, that's an indictment on the NFC.
No, I mean, it's very wide open. I agree with you. I like this Rams team. If you get a healthy Stafford, Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, they got Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. I
mean, Devontae Adams does not move the needle for me, but I saw him literally quit playing football multiple times. I'm not in the mood.
He played for the Jets and the Raiders. That would make me want to quit football too. I could definitely understand how one day you wake up like, I don't want to do this anymore. You play for the Raiders and the Jets. I mean, that drive any man to want to quit. So I'm not mad at him for that. Now you get to go to LA. It's warm. It's great. You get to go to a high class organization. So yeah, no, I'm not mad at him at all for that. All right, we have one more group. These are the teams that have a over-under of 10.5 or better. Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, Eagles, Lions, and Niners. We'll get to it. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
Hey, it's Lucas Ursig from the Kansas City Royals. You're listening to The Drive with CDOT on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowes.com/delivery for more details.
If Old Spice Deep Sea Super Hydration Body Wash were music, what would it sound like? Start with the deep sounds of Old Spice's ocean waves and kelp. Layer on the smooth, renewing moisture. You wouldn't hear any parabens or phthalates because Old Spice Deep Sea hasn't got any. But you would hear that vitamin B3 for healthier looking skin. So while your regular body wash sounds like this, Old Spice sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
Why are you still paying interest? Reiselman Nissan just dropped 0% APR for 60 months on new Rogues, Muranos, and Pathfinders. Or stretch it, 1.9% for 72 months. Or 84 months at just 3.49%. Need torque? Grab a new Frontier and get up to $6,000 in total rebates. And if you're leasing, you pay no sales tax at Reiselman Nissan. 0. These are real deals, but they won't last. Tap over to ReiselmanNissan.com. Reiselman Nissan. Every customer, every time.
If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone, now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
There is only one National Summer Arms Show, and it returns to Kansas City this weekend only. Bigger than ever. Buy, sell, and trade with freedom lovers from coast to coast and border to border. All gathering at the KCI Expo Center for one incredible weekend. Discover vintage rifles and handguns, modern arms, and collectible militaria. From Civil War artifacts to today's tactical gear, there's something for everyone. Stock up on ammo, brass, reloading gear, and military surplus. Explore blades from everyday carry to high-end collectibles. Visit the Colt collectors, the high standard collectors, and the returning Marlin firearms collectors. There's no buyer's premium, just $15 a day or $20 for a weekend pass. Kids 15 and under are free with an adult admission. The 54th Annual National Summer Arms Show, this Saturday, July 26th from 9 to 5 and Sunday 9 to 3. It's the Midwest's highest caliber event and the 5th largest arms show in America. Details online at nationalsummerarmshow.com. That's nationalsummerarmshow.com.
Here is your Game of the Week, presented by Hyundai. 2 of the hottest teams in baseball will meet when Detroit takes a trip to Toronto in a matchup that may have postseason implications. Both teams have sat at the top of their divisions throughout the year, but now the final half of the season is here. Who will be able to maintain their dominance? Will Detroit win with their pitching, or will Toronto's bats be too much? Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably, because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the new Hyundai Ioniq 9, a 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9, space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details. EPA estimated range for Ioniq 9 based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors. Introducing the all-electric Ioniq 9, space for up to 7, range 4 miles.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Brought to you by America's largest pickleball festival, PickleCon. Are you a pickleball newbie, club player, hardcore competitor? PickleCon is for you. 4 days of nonstop play, pro tips, and even a puppy yoga break. Join the fun. PickleCon.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by PickleCon. We've got a wreck just south of Grandview, 49 southbound before 155th. The right lane is blocked. Also, 2-car crash, 435 westbound at Knoll in the left lane. From the Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Electric Traffic Center, I'm Val, 96.5 The Fan.
You're listening to The Drive with Carrington Harrison on 96.5 The Fan and the Odyssey app.
All right. We have one more group to go, and then we are concluded with this exercise. We have gone through every team in the National Football League. There are 6 teams in the NFL who have an over-under of 10.5 or better. These are the 6. Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, Eagles, Lions, and Niners. I'm going to switch it up. You got to take one of these teams and lock in the under. These are obviously the teams that people think are going to be good. I think the Bills have a chance to be the 1 seed in the AFC if you look at the way their schedule lines up, and they got Kansas City at home this year, and they play really well against Kansas City in October. I mean, there's no team better against the Chiefs in October than the Buffalo Bills. Maybe the Colts. They oddly always struggle with the Colts for whatever reason. You got to lock one of these teams in for their under. Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, Eagles, Lions, or Niners. Which team you locking in for the under? Because the under means you think they're missing the playoffs.
This will surprise you based on my history on the show.
Oh, here you taking the Chiefs?
Under on the Lions.
Okay, I didn't know. I was worried there for a second.
Under
I
on the
was
Lions.
worried, brother.
Under on the Lions. I think Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn were really big deals to what that team does. And while I think the new offensive coordinator, John Morton, has a chance to be good, I think there is going to be a slight regression. I also think everyone talks about how good that division is. The Lions can be a good team and just have a bad record. Like, the Bears are better. I think the Vikings are still really good, especially if J.J. McCarthy is that guy. The Packers are good. The Lions are good. I feel like the difficulty of their schedule, the difficulty of their division, the lack of cohesion with offensive and defensive coordinator. And by the way, they lost other assistants. Like the Patriots DC is a former Lions linebacker coach. Like wasn't just like they lost 1 or 2 guys. They lost a lot of that staff. I do trust Dan Campbell. I do trust Jared Goff. I don't think they're gone forever, but I think this year is a half step backwards. And because of that, I'm going to take the Lions under.
I love San Francisco. I have no clue why they're still in this conversation with these teams. Look at all of these teams. I mean, Ravens last year, top flight team. Bills last year, second best team in the AFC. Chiefs, AFC champion. Eagles, NFC champion, won the Super Bowl. Lions, best regular season team in the NFC. Why are the Niners still in this conversation? The Niners should be down here with the Packers, Rams, Bucks, and Commanders. They've taken a step back. Christian McCaffrey, don't know what you're going to get from him, banged up. Brandon Ayuk, hurt. Ricky Pearsall, out. Their number 1 receiver is Jawan Jennings and an old George Kittle. And it's 10.5? Yeah, this is a no-brainer to me. I mean, run to the window to take the under for the Niners at 10.5 if this is what you can get their number at. That's crazy to me. Yes, the Niners. This is a no doubt, no-brainer number to me on San Francisco. That's what you think you can get them at.
I 1,000% agree with you. I think that number is based on the fact that people think Kyle Shanahan is that guy.
This has to be schedule-driven for San Francisco. That's what this has to be. This has to be schedule-driven.
And a weak division.
Because I'm looking at their schedule. I mean, their first 4 games: Seattle, New Orleans, Arizona, and Jacksonville. So you're thinking they just get off to a really good start.
Like, to be fair, they could easily be 2-2 after that.
I agree with you. I'm taking the under on them. But like, I'm looking at their schedule. It's not super tough, at least on paper. So that maybe bumps you up a win or 2, or maybe you put San Francisco at 8.5, 9.5. But you think their schedule is cake, so you think they'll get to 10.5. 10.5. I mean, you got the Niners didn't win in 11 or 12 games this year, and I can't see that with the roster turnover that they've had. So the under to me just seems like the right play for them. And I like San Francisco, but I can't do it.
I can't do it. San Francisco. I don't understand the Niners. The Niners are really the most feast or famine team we might have in the modern NFL. They either are in the Super Bowl, which they have done twice.
No, that's the Rams. That's the Rams. The Rams are that team you're talking about.
Yeah, but the Rams are like in the playoffs and take hard losses. The Niners, when they bottom out, boy, is it bad.
Yeah, that's okay. I can't argue that.
They made a bad pick, but the Trey Lance year wasn't because they were 13-4 and then they just made a big trade. They were bad. They were really bad. They were bad last year. Like, feast or famine. And I guess Vegas thinks it's a feast.
Is it raining outside? Why is it so dark?
There's a storm on the horizon.
Oh, okay. I looked outside. Normally it's bright. It's still 5:30.
Like, we're talking football and it's dark. It's like February.
That's what I'm like, what's going on outside? I was a little confused. I just finally looked outside and I realized, hey, it's not nearly as warm as I expected it to be. I want to play this for you. This was Colin Cowherd. He believes that 5 teams got a shot at winning the Super Bowl. I imagine that his 5 teams are in this group of 5 teams.
I think there's only 5 teams that can win the Super Bowl next year. Going into the season, Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore. They've just got better players, better coaches. I think we both think Denver and the Chargers are interesting, but Bo Nix hoisting a trophy seems rare. We know Philadelphia is really, really good, and McVay and the Rams will be there. And then there'll be a couple of really interesting teams. I don't think Brock Purdy now with an older team and a shaky O-line works. But I've been arguing this for years. Picking division winners in the NFL, 6 of 8, is not that difficult.
I would agree with that second statement. Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, 100% agree. Those are the 3 top dogs in the AFC. I don't really see too many scenarios in which another team kind of cracks that list. Like, I think those 3 teams have sort of separated themselves, and it's a competition amongst themselves. I mean, if I had to pick the most likely team to potentially jump up in that list, I guess Houston would probably be it. You could win your division. You could rack up enough games that you end up being the 1 or the 2 seed, and you end up having a home game against one of those teams because of the division that you're in. But, I mean, I don't see Chargers making the Super Bowl. I don't see Houston. I don't see Denver or one of those kind of teams. I'd be really surprised if that was the case in the AFC. The NFC, it just feels a lot more open to me. I mean, the Eagles, it was a year ago that we thought that Nick Sirianni was on the hot seat because they had flamed out so bad, and it didn't appear that he and his quarterback were on the same page. Now, everybody has been praising how good your roster is. You just won the championship. Do you still keep that same level of hunger? Like, part of the drive for the Eagles was, we got the taste of the Super Bowl. We want to get back, and we want to get our shot against Kansas City. You got your shot against Kansas City. You dominated the Chiefs. Do you still come out with that same fire? Can Saquon stay healthy and be as good as he was last year? I think there's questions with the Eagles. And if the Eagles are not the team that represent the NFC, then it's completely wide open. Washington, Detroit, the Rams, a team that pops up out of nowhere the same way that Washington did. I mean, if it's not the Eagles this year, and if it's the Eagles against the field, and you take the field, that's perfectly fine. That I can give you 7 teams that I think represent them for the NFC, that we just have to see how the season plays itself out. The Packers could be a team that ends up making a deep run. I don't see that scenario in the NFC because of the power of those 3 teams. Other than the Eagles, I can poke holes in every other team in the NFC, which I think makes it a very interesting conference. Coming up on the other side, we heard from Isaiah Pacheco earlier today. We also heard from Kareem Hunt earlier today. We'll play that for you next. Keep it right here. So Drive.
You're listening to The Drive with Carrington Harrison.
For the first time in a long time, I'm willing to dream that this can be a special season for the Missouri Tigers.
Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Carrington Harrison from The Drive. Summer is officially here, and that means the sun is out and the grill is hot and life is calling you. But what if you're just not feeling it? Low energy, brain fog, maybe you have no drive. It might not just be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Heartland Men's Health, they know what you're going through, and they know exactly how to help. Low T can lead to poor sleep, weight gain, low sex drive, and zero motivation, but it doesn't have to be that way. Do you know what the first step is? It's taking the free Low T quiz at heartlandmenshealth.com. It only takes 2 minutes. Then schedule your $99 consult. That includes lab work and a full medical review. And if your treatment starts that day, that means your visit is on the house. Don't wait. Heartland Men's Health is changing lives in Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City. Call this number, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com today. That one phone call can change your life, can change your summer. So get back to feeling like yourself. Pick up the phone and call Heartland Men's Health today.
Transform your home with the power of KC. Powell Exteriors KC. Powell Exteriors KC will create the perfect custom deck or patio cover to keep you cool, comfortable, and loving life outside. Get your free estimate now, and you could be enjoying your new deck or patio in a matter of weeks. Siding, windows, roofing, they do it all. This time of year, it's all about decks, cover, and shade. Go to PowellExteriorsKC.com to schedule your free estimate today. It's the power of KC. Powell Exteriors KC. Kansas City's exterior experts.
Upgrade your learning experience during Dell Technologies Back to School event with AI PCs like the Dell 14 Plus featuring an Intel Core Ultra processor starting at $749.99. Supercharge your studies with features like real-time notes transcription, AI accelerated hardware to run multiple apps without slowing down, extended battery life, and more. That's the power of new AI PCs with Intel inside. Discover a smarter way to learn at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Hi, I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Be a part of history by attending Chiefs training camp in St. Joseph, Missouri this summer. See the Chiefs and make a St. Joe memory, whether it's touring one of the many museums, staying in a historic home turned bed and breakfast, experiencing quality dining and brewery options, hitting the River Bluff bike trails, or supporting a vibrant art scene. St. Joseph has something for everyone. Go to stjomo.com to view or download a free visitor guide and plan your trip. Produced in cooperation with Visit Missouri.
Divorce is never easy, but selling a home during this challenging time doesn't have to add to the stress. When you work with the Sharp Homes team, they'll help you make a seamless transition. And the Sharp Homes team can give you options. Do you want to skip the showings and open houses and go straight to sold? Contact them to discuss their instant offer program. In fact, contact the only agent I would trust if I needed to sell my home. It's Dawn Sharp with the Sharp Homes team, brokered by Epic Realty. Just Google Sharp Homes team. It's Dawn Sharp and the Sharp Homes team.
It's funny how one little light can stall out your entire day. I was already running behind, and now this, the check engine light. So I reached out to my go-to problem solver. Dad, check engine light. What do? He didn't miss a beat. Take it to Telly, he said. So I did. When I got there, they didn't just fix my car. They fixed my day. They were quick, clear, and took care of everything. Next time my car glitches out, I'm heading for Telly. Don't let that little light be game over. Take it to Telly.
Century Roofing remains the best roofing company to call for insurance claims from storm damage, roof repair, and inspections throughout Kansas City. They were just voted as both the best roofing company in Johnson County for the 4th straight year and the best roofing company in all of Kansas City by readers of the Johnson County Post and the KC Star. So trust the pillars of strength and go with locally owned and female-owned Century Roofing at CenturyRoofingKC.com.
Century Roofing. Trust the pillars of strength.
It is out of here.
Man, if your stream isn't as strong as it used to be, or you're taking more breaks to the bathroom than the 7th inning stretch of a televised baseball game,
We'll be back after this.
it's time to get checked. An enlarged prostate or BPH could be the cause, and Kansas City Urology Care is here to help. Fast answers, trusted care. Don't wait. Come see Kansas City's largest, most experienced, and most advanced urology team. Visit kcuc.com today. At KCUC, you see the best in KC.
Say goodbye to dealerships and private sale tire kickers when you sell your car to GiveMeTheVin.com. Now we're even better with the GiveMeTheVin.com Big Cash Giveaway. Win $25,000 in cash every month. Sell us your car to increase your odds of winning. No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com.
The world's coming to Kansas City in 2026. Is your parking lot ready? Faded lines, potholes, unsafe sidewalks? Gann Asphalt and Concrete is your winning team. One contractor, all things parking lot. Visit GannAsphalt.com today. Touchdown! Chiefs coverage brought to you by Park & Go, the best deals on airport parking.
Ready for a summer getaway? Start it off right with Park & Go, KC's premier airport parking destination. Open 24/7 with all covered spots to beat the summer heat. Reserve your spot now at bookparkandgo.com. Park & Go, the best deal on airport parking. Chiefs coverage brought to you by Metal by the Foot, your metal project superstore.
For over 36 years, Metal by the Foot has been your source for steel, aluminum, brass, and stainless. Located in KC and Topeka. Online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Metal by the Foot. You've got the wreck working just south of Grandview, 49 southbound before 155th, blocking the right lane. Independence, that wreck is there, 435 southbound before 40 highway in the right lane. From the Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric Traffic Center, I'm Val, 96.5 The Fan.
Follow the station on Instagram at TheFan965 for giveaways and behind-the-scenes content.
Welcome back into The Drive. My name is Carrington Harrison. Very happy to be here with you on this wonderful, wonderful Thursday. So we heard from the two running backs for the Kansas City Chiefs, Isaiah Pacheco. He said that his goal is to run for 1,000 yards this season.
A few years ago, you had a goal of getting 1,000 yards. What are your goals coming into this season?
Same thing, 1,000 yards. Let's go get it.
That was Isaiah Pacheco. He said that his goal is to run for 1,000 yards. I mean, that's certainly a great goal to have this year. If he wants to reach that goal, it seems kind of simple to me. You got to stay healthy this season. Now, I'm not blaming you for your injuries, but, I mean, you haven't stayed healthy in your career. You haven't played a 17-game schedule. I mean, that's the best way to get to 1,000 yards is to play enough games. I mean, last year, 16 running backs in the NFL ran for 1,000 yards. You're the starting running back on a team that we think is going to make the postseason, a team that we also think is going to win a whole lot of games and have leads in the second half that they want to salt away by running the football and chewing up clock. So if you stay healthy for 14, 15, 16, or 17 games, I mean, I'm looking at it last year. There was only one running back in the league that played 14 games and ran for 1,000 yards. Everybody else played 15, 16, or 17 games. So it's not, to me, a talent thing if Isaiah Pacheco can run for 1,000 yards. I mean, he certainly can. He's a guy that's shown you he can run for 4.5, 4.6, 4.7 yards per carry. No question about it. None. No question at all about it. But can you stay healthy? Can you stay on the field? Can you stay productive? If you do that, there's no doubt in my mind that Isaiah Pacheco can accomplish his goal this season. And for a guy who is in the last year of his contract, him running for 1,000 yards is not a bad thing. You're still relatively young, even by running back standards. You have a good season. You play 16 games this year. You run for a little more than 1,000 yards. You catch for 300 out of the backfield. You end up putting a career year. You show you can stay healthy heading into an offseason, which, I mean, you're not getting franchise tagged. So maybe you come back to Kansas City. Maybe you go somewhere else. Maybe you get a nice little contract. It would certainly benefit you to go out and ball out and have a great season. That was Isaiah Pacheco. Kareem Hunt was asked about some changes to his diet. Here's what he said.
I'm just cutting out fried food and stuff like that. No fried chicken, no stuff like that. And, no snacks, no little Debbie's or nothing like that. So, so it's just, one of those things you just got to get your body, right for the long run. When I'm 35, 36, I could do all that.
Little Debbie's your favorite snack? Is that tough?
Man, I love Swedish Fish, man, and Twizzlers.
I mean, I think he should be in the Chiefs Ring of Honor for just this one thing. I think that he should be in the Ring of Honor for this. Swedish Fish are the most underrated, underappreciated candy in the world. I love Swedish Fish. Every year, I would say maybe 2 times a year, 3 times a year, I would say that Rob randomly gives me a bag of Swedish Fish. I don't really ever know where the Swedish Fish come from. They just magically one day appear. They're like Spawn, like in a video game. I don't really know where they come from. Like, I don't know. But I always enjoy them. And you're telling me that that's the candy you got your sweet tooth for? Great. I'm here. I'm with you. You don't got to tell me anything else. This is the right mindset to have. To hell with everything I just said about Isaiah Pacheco. Let's start giving those carries to the best man, the man that loves Swedish Fish. Let's start giving them to him. That's what I say. That's the side that I'm on. Rob, what's your underrated candy, you would say?
There's a lot. Oh, man. Dots, bottle caps, banana Laffy Taffy, all incredible. Tropical Skittles, I think, are slept on. Like, the tropical version of Skittles is really, really good. I'm a fan of those. Peach rings, I'm a fan of the nice peach ring. That's a good one. That's kind of my early list of what I think is underrated, but there's so many good candies out there that you can't really name all the ones that are underrated.
I mean, I can name all the ones that are underrated. Raisinets, underrated.
Do you put your Raisinets in the popcorn?
No, I don't do that. That's too much.
Why is that? What? How's that too much?
I don't need to do all that.
You get salty and sweet.
I don't really need the salty and sweet like you do. Like, I'm okay. I don't need that. I mean, if you like that, that's perfectly fine. I don't need that. That's fine. I don't need that. Do you get a drink when you go, or do you get the icy when you go to the movies?
I usually get a drink because I need it because I get popcorn and it's so salty. I need something.
No, yeah, you got to get something to drink.
Yeah.
I normally sneak in a Sprite.
You know what I've been doing recently, and you will never do it? I put some jalapenos in my popcorn.
All right, y'all. I don't know how to end the show after that. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison, your home for the best food takes in KC.
Regular old American nachos. You know, I don't need jalapenos with mine, just chips, cheese.
Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this. 96.5 The Fan.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with